is the middle ground between light and shadow. Between science and superstition. And it lies between the pit of man's fears and the summit of his knowledge. This is the dimension of imagination. It is an area which we call
the Waffle Zone. All of you have just entered the Waffle Zone.
4, 3, 2.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy. I'm doing a stream tonight, believe it or not. Well, as you can see from the title and the description, we lost probably the most influential person in the manga and anime series to my knowledge. Akira Toriyama last week, unfortunately, passed away. I've been perusing some YouTube stuff, watching videos and whatnot, and I'm seeing a lot of guys do tribute videos and thank you videos. And, well, this is what I'm going to do tonight. I have Dragon Ball Z Kakarot loaded up, ready to go. I'm going to stream that on my Twitch. I have to open a separate window to get the stream going on that end, but that's just another headache. But we do have a couple gents joining us in tonight. We have one fan and one person that has seen 2 episodes and was not a fan, but we're going to try to change his mind. So we're going to bring in the first fan. We got Cliff joining us tonight. How we doing tonight, good sir?
Pretty good, Jimmy. All things withstanding. How about yourself, man?
Oh man, I think this is gonna be a rough one, man. Because I was actually tearing up during some of those tribute videos because, goddamn, you think your childhood dies when you become an adult. But when the person that passes away that has been so influential and on your childhood with what you watch and all that, and then they unexpectedly pass away, that's hard.
Yeah.
That is a hard one.
It's like losing a mentor that taught you so much, and it just, it sticks with you for so long. They had such a huge influence on you.
Yep. But we'll bring in the second person that I mentioned. You know him, you love him. He is the official co-host of the Waffle World streams when I do decide to stream. MGTOW Mando is joining us tonight. How we doing?
I am good, guys. And I will point one thing out to you. It's not the same gentleman you're talking about, but I do actually have a story very similar to that. I grew up with the original Battlestar Galactica from 1979. And midway through the new series run that Sci-Fi Channel did, the original Apollo passed away. And Richard Hatch was a regular guest star on the reimagined Battlestar Galactica.
That's right. He played the leader of the prisoner ship.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I remember. Yeah, he died before the last season.
Yeah, he
And-
died in the middle of season 3, right
Yeah.
after they got off New Caprica.
Yeah, that's right. And I remember because there supposedly was going to be a story arc involving him moving into
Mhm.
season 4, and they just had to cut it out entirely.
Yeah,
Hey.
from what I understand, the role that Apollo eventually took on in season 4 was supposed to be Richard Hatch's role.
Yeah.
So they still kind of kept true to the idea, but not quite as well as they could have. But Jimmy, I get where you're going when you say that it's like a mentor that you didn't really realize you had has been ripped away from you.
Yep.
But you have the advantage in that you can go back to that man's works and take what inspiration you can from him, almost as though you're still able to talk to him in person.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. And it's not just Dragon Ball Z, and Super. Basically everything that has the Dragon Ball name attached to it, except for Evolution. That is an abomination to the universe. It is.
I got a story for you about that.
It is horrible. But Akira Toriyama's first manga, if I'm not mistaken, was Dr. Slump.
Mm-hmm.
And again, I'm not a big manga fan, anime fan, and whatnot. I mean, yeah, I'll still watch it and whatnot, but Dragon Ball Z, Super, I mean, hell, even GT, all the movies that are non-canon, the movies that are canon, I can always remember the days where I would get off of school, finish my homework, and go turn on Cartoon Network, and Toonami would turn on, and that's where I would watch Dragon Ball Z. And of course, you know me, I'm a little kid. I'm excited. Oh, these guys are screaming. They're shooting rays through their fucking hands. They're kicking the shit out of each other. This is awesome. And it was.
Wait a minute. You're telling me they could basically pull the Street Fighter moves?
Yeah.
There was actually a good
you know what I
chunk
mean
of
when
it
I
that,
say
well, there's actually a good chunk of it that was probably used in the actual Street Fighter games.
Okay, so you do know what I'm referring to then with that. Those weird fireball moves that a couple of the characters were able to do that basically looked like twin brothers.
Oh, yeah. The Shoryuken?
Ken and Ryu.
Or the Hadouken. The Hadouken?
I was about to say, I think the move was called Hadouken or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. Oh.
Which, yes, there was some inspiration for that, because if you look at the original incarnations of the Kamehameha, the stance they take is almost exactly the same as what Ken and Ryu take before they fire off the Hadouken.
Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I never knew that.
If you look, like I said, there's some degree of inspiration. I'm not saying that's exactly true, but you can definitely see it.
And like I pointed out in a conversation we were having in the Gilded, when it comes to anime in general, there's a lot of cross-pollination.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
You guys know I'm a huge Gundam fan.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of the mecha anime out there, aside from Macross, that obviously took some inspiration from Gundam and vice versa.
Sorry, guys. I'm having some technical difficulties here. I'm going to try to...
A few other things that Akira Toriyama did besides Dragon Ball, Dr. Slump, he also did, I believe, Space Patrol. I think it's something like that. There's something Space Patrol, which also was a short-lived manga, and that was more attuned for kids, which there was some references to that in Dragon Ball Z when you have Krillin, Bulma, and Gohan traveling to Namek, to where you actually see some of those character types show up in a spaceship that they encounter.
Yep.
So I thought that was kind of neat.
Yep. And if what is it? God damn it! They were talking about the video games.
Oh, Chrono Trigger.
Chrono Trigger. Yes.
Yep, he did the animation for that too, and
Yep, he did.
initial
He
character
did
design.
Yep, he did the character designs for that
Mm-hmm.
and whatnot. And you can definitely tell that is Akira Toriyama's style,
Oh yeah.
big time. Let's see. Okay, phone number has been verified. Sorry, I'm getting errors with fucking Twitch and everything, and also shit. I'm trying to get this situation unfornicated so that I can actually broadcast the gameplay. Because I'd like to get into that here. I want to get that at least set up and let them fucking... Okay, link. Sorry, guys. Error has occurred. You fucking kidding me? Son of a bitch. Well, we might just have to sit here and bullshit about Dragon Ball because I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can get this to work.
All right.
Oh, hey, here's an idea. How about I just ask some questions, or you guys just give me a brief idea what the overall story was supposed to be, and when it makes no sense to me, I'll just jump in and ask what the hell you're even talking about.
Yeah, no problem. We can do that if I can't get the. Yeah. Let's see. Oh, we got someone coming in here. The fuck is wrong with you?
Jackal.
Having technical issues, man. That's what the problem is.
How you doing, Jackal?
I'm okay.
Yeah. So yeah,
Fucking around instead of working on my drawing, but I don't care.
No,
Yeah,
just make
it's
sure
all
you
good,
don't
man.
find
Hang
out.
on, let me try here. Let me restart my PlayStation here. Maybe that'll unfornicate the situation that we're having.
Need to-
Are you having
turn
an
it
issue
off.
broadcasting it to your capture card?
I don't have a capture card. I'm going to stream it through Twitch, and then I'm going to open up a second tab on StreamYard here, and then open that up.
Oh, okay. I got you.
Because that's how I did my my last gaming stream. That was 7 months ago,
Okay.
and I didn't have any issues. But since I think it's probably because I wanted to use the tab on Brave here. And of course, Brave doesn't save your passwords, and I forgot my Twitch password. So yay, I had to reset passwords. Yay,
Yeah,
fun
Jimmy.
stuff.
Okay.
Offline, one of these days, we need to get together to go over how to actually do game streams using YouTube. If there's any issues to be on the lookout for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, that's one thing. Because I know Rano wants to do some Power World streams and whatnot.
Well, I'm actually thinking about starting another Skyrim playthrough with the 10th edition or 10th anniversary edition stuff and no mods.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
And I'm already doing one playthrough on that, and there is a lot of really fun stuff that they added on the 10th ed.
Yeah, see,
And
I
most of it's actually
played
YouTube friendly.
I played some vanilla Skyrim. I think I've got the I can't remember which one I have because what in the hell?
Well, Jimmy, what I can tell you is that the 10th anniversary, it brings stuff in from most of the previous Elder Scrolls games. For example, there's a quest that you can end up with the Neverine's signature sword, True Flame, and her hand armor.
Oh, nice. Oh, that's even more nice. I'm getting some errors. Apparently there is an update for there's an update for Kakarot, the game I want to play. I have no fucking storage for it, but yet I have a 1 terabyte memory core plugged in, and that's where it should be going to. And I guarantee you, I should have enough fucking memory for it. God damn it. Well, maybe I might just have to fucking play some Xenoverse then instead of Kakarot, which sucks because I wanted to play some Kakarot.
So
maybe-
it sounds like you got Murphy deciding to kidney punch him.
Murphy, you never cease to amaze me when you show up to give me the proverbial penis slap, you bastard.
Hey, and Chrome Dome actually brings up something that would be perfect for you if we ever do a Skyrim stream.
Oh, God.
Need a waffle. Of course.
That and whenever you whip out the waffle, the soundboard could be
Evil beware. We have waffles.
Actually, you know, it'd be even more effed up to do.
what's that?
You remember the Delphine character?
Oh yeah,
Delphine.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Oh,
the Blades character Delphine,
Blades character.
Uh,
Delphine.
the
Yeah,
spy
she
that
was
you're supposed to be meeting with.
No, I'm trying
yeah,
to
she
keep blank
was-
on that one.
yeah. Delphine was the secret person that you meet at the I can't remember which
It's at an
it
inn.
is.
It's at an
Yeah.
inn where she stole something called the Horn of Jurgen Windcaller. You had to go get it from her, and then she was like, "Look, I'm not here to fight you. I just need to make sure you actually were who you said you were." Heavily paraphrased. But here's what I'm thinking, Jimmy, specifically for you. Have the mod where certain elements of the upper torso armor she wears are waffles.
Hey, that'll work.
Ugh.
And I'm not going to say what I'm thinking because we are on YouTube.
Okay, hang on. Give me 2 seconds here. Maybe I can get this fucking thing to link here. I gotta.
Until then, I'll provide them Ravenfield combat footage.
There you go.
There you go.
Thank you, Jackal.
Yes. Don't judge me. I'm playing as the Russians against the Cyber Empire.
Yeah.
Eh.
As long as you're not doing a battle in Ukraine, no one will care.
No, this is probably not in Ukraine.
So,
Oh, you fucking piece
So-
of shit.
so Mando, if you want at least a quick run through of Dragon Ball Z, I'm specifically going Dragon Ball Z. Watch
Here,
the
go.
Bridge series.
Here, hang on. Here's an idea, Cliff.
Mm-hmm.
You remember when I did the 20,000 foot overview of Warhammer 40K with Outlaw a few months back?
Vaguely.
Give me a 20,000 foot overview of the Dragon Ball universe. Obviously, there's going to be a shitload that you're glossing over, but give me just enough so I have some idea what the hell you're talking about.
Basically, the original series, Dragon Ball, starts off as a version of Journey to the West.
Okay.
Goku as a little boy. It's right after his grandpa dies, and he basically starts a journey of his own to figure out pretty much like the Dragon Ball that he was left behind with, the 4-star ball.
So typical Japanese anime, little kid going out to get
Yep.
or gain whatever fame, fortune, or power he's going for.
Pretty much. And he meets Bulma along the way, literally gets into an accident. She shoots him. And that's how they actually meet and become friends. And it's like at the very beginning the bullet ricochets off him because he's like a super powered being. So, and she's
So
like
he's
all freaked out about it. He's like going, "Why'd you shoot me?"
So he's essentially a teenage Superman.
Effectively, yeah.
Okay.
And you meet he fights against the Red Ribbon Army, which is pretty much their version of the Soviets. It's kind of what Akira Toriyama alluded to as what they are, because I mean it was
Okay.
back in the mid '80s when that was made.
So it's
So-
still during the Red Scare.
Pretty much. He meets a bandit. Yamcha, who is the thief with a heart of gold. He also meets his rival Krillin, and they decide they want to become more and more powerful, but the only way they can do it is by finding this old hermit who is the only being that found the Dragon Balls and achieved immortality from it, supposedly, which that's
Okay.
obviously Master Roshi.
Yep.
And of course you
And
meet
that's-
him.
Well, actually, there isn't a full explanation on Roshi's how old Roshi or how Roshi became quote unquote eternal until Dragon Ball Super,
Yeah.
which that's
Okay, so-
further down the line. But before we get in there, we got a little squirrel bastard here hanging out and chewing on my nuts. Phrasing.
Whoa.
Hey,
What's up,
Outlaw.
Outlaw?
What's up, Outlaw?
Wow, I can't believe you said that. What's up, brother?
Hey, Outlaw. It's Jimmy you're talking about. Should you really be surprised by anything that comes out of his mouth?
Yeah.
Other than waffles or whiskey.
Yep, that is true.
Oh,
But
I knew you-
but a quick update. I was able to finally get. Hang on. Well,
well, you guys
Ah.
are talking Akira Toriyama, man. You know
Got
I
it.
had to jump in on this. I love
Oh,
him,
yeah.
man.
Jump in, man.
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's what we're doing here?
Oh, Dragon Ball Z was my childhood, man. Like most other people. I mean,
Well, hey, you get to
goddamn,
pay,
man.
you get to pay me back for the trying to explain to you how Warhammer 40K is.
Yeah.
Because,
I mean, you know,
like I've said before, I know jack and shit about it.
well, I mean, you know, being a young kid, you know, starting, you know, to turn 13
Damn.
when Toonami became a thing over here in the West. I mean,
Mhm.
you know, Dragon Ball Z was just that was the cartoon everybody knew, whether they liked it or not. I mean, you know, I remember the days when we would rush home to try to catch the latest episode of the Boo Saga or the Cell Saga, or, you know, the Frieza arc or something like that. And, you know,
Yep.
that's
Yep.
everybody couldn't wait to get to school the next day and talk about it. And like, oh, did you see what Piccolo did? Or
Yep.
I mean,
And-
Toriyama touched
As
so many
terrible as this
lives,
can sound,
man.
that was kind of like me and the few buddies I had in school when it came to Star Trek Deep Space Nine.
Yeah,
I graduated.
Yeah, that's fair.
I graduated in 2000 though, so that might predate most of the folks on this panel.
Well, I
mean,
graduated in
Toriyama-
2009, so
I mean,
I'm not
Toriyama
2006.
touched- Toriyama touched so many lives, man. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
yeah, he
you know,
he
You notice I'm
literally
not knocking it.
there. I would say, and a lot of the guys would, you know, that are fans and whatnot, I think they could agree on anime and manga wouldn't have the impact it would here in the West if it was not for Akira Toriyama.
Agreed.
The works that he did. I mean, yes, they were when mangas finally made their way over to the Western world and the animes. You know, you were considered the weirdo if you watched them and whatnot. But then Dragon Ball just happens to he just drops it on the world, and I mean, it didn't matter who you were, what your ethnicity was, what your religion was. You would sit down and you would talk about the recent episode of Dragon Ball.
yeah,
You would literally sit down there and talk about how the very first wish that the Dragon Balls ever granted was a pair of the world's softest panties from Oolong.
From Oolong, yes.
From Oolong.
Oh, my God.
I mean, that was, I mean, because I started with Dragon Ball Z and then I backtracked to Dragon Ball and whatnot. But I was like, Jesus. 'Cause,
Okay, so I'm going to ask probably the stupidest question possible. What
Yeah,
on
no
God's
problem.
green earth is a Dragon Ball? Because to me, it sounds like some giant winged reptile's testicle.
Okay,
They're-
so a Dragon Ball is a mystical object. There's 7 of them,
Okay,
and they were created by the Guardian of the Earth, which was a Namekian. The first one was Kami. So these objects, or these 7 balls, when you collect them and you shout out the incantation, Shenron, I summon you. Shenron, a gigantic dragon, hence Dragon Balls, can come down and grant you 1 wish. Whatever,
Okay.
whatever it is in his possibility. There are limitations to his power,
Okay.
but that's because everybody's, you got the good guys wanting to collect the Dragon Balls so that they want to, well, Bulma wanted a boyfriend. Bulma's the friend that Cliff mentioned, the first friend that Goku had. Yamcha, we'll get to him. He wanted to. What was Yamcha's wish? I can't remember.
I can't remember either. It's been so long.
Yeah, I can't either.
But Yamcha was a bandit, and he was also out there, and then he tagged along with Goku and Bulma, and he was just like, "Oh, these magical orbs, you collect them all, and they grant your 1 wish. Oh, sweet! I want to be along," because he was still in that bandit phase. And then he finally realized, oh shit, Goku can beat the living fuck out of me without even breaking a sweat. So I'm just going to be a side character from now on.
And later on, a meme.
Yeah.
Oh, the greatest of memes.
Oh, man.
Well, they still use it in some anime today.
Don't get Yamcha.
Okay, so again, stupidest question to ask, and I apologize, gentlemen. Where the hell did the "it's over 9,000" meme come from?
Okay. Can I tell this one, please?
Yeah,
Go for it.
Okay. It started off at the Saiyan's arrival arc in Dragon Ball Z, which is basically the first arc of Dragon Ball Z.
Second.
Is it?
Technically second.
Technically.
Well, in my opinion, I think of we have the introduction of Z, where Goku takes Gohan to Master Roshi's island, introduces him after 5 years after the martial arts tournament.
Yeah.
Yep. So that's it. And then you got Raditz showing up. That's the first arc.
Yeah.
And then you have all of the training, all of the filler episodes, the training dialogues, and then you have the Goku on Snake Way episodes. Yeah. So that in my opinion, that in itself is its own arc. And then when the Saiyans actually land on Earth, that is when the Saiyan arc actually starts.
Okay. So you have, when the Saiyans land, you have Vegeta and you have Nappa. And the way how they gauge people's power levels is they literally have like little visors on their heads called scouters. Okay. And they're literally able to measure people's power levels. Mm-hmm. And once they go and Goku comes back from the dead somehow, I mean, he does that multiple times, so I might as well just tell you that now.
They collect the Dragon Balls, and we're taking too many steps ahead. But
yeah, you're beginning to lose me. But let's just try to keep it.
Okay. Where it starts is that they read when Goku first shows up, and they read his after he beats up Nappa a bit. Vegeta reads his power level, and then it says it's over 9,000, and Nappa's like, "What? Over 9,000?" Because it's about on par with their power levels there. So it's like they're fighting against the warrior. They're fighting against like somebody from Earth that can match them almost T for T.
Yep. But Cliff, quick trivia question for you.
All right.
Do you know what the very first power level was read on Earth and what that power level was?
Yes, I do, but I'll let Cliff answer it.
It was the farmer, and it was 5, I believe.
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, so
basically,
these guys
go ahead.
So these guys landed on Earth, and the first poor sod they ran into was some random farmer.
Yeah. So
they scanned him and realized he was basically an ant.
Yep, basically.
Pretty much. Yeah.
But again, we're kind of a few steps ahead because we completely glossed over the Raditz section. So what we're gonna do is I've got actually things smoothed out on the stream here. I am
Mhm.
currently live on Twitch. So let me go ahead and share the
So-
screen there.
So Mando, basically they're missing a little bit of detail here. So Goku being a Saiyan, he was actually supposed to destroy and conquer planets like Vegeta and the other
Yep.
Saiyans, but he bumped his head as a baby and lost his memory, so he actually turned good. And so
Yep, he was
the
raised by his grandpa Gohan.
Mhm.
So the
Okay,
Saiyans
so-
came to Earth. The Saiyans came to Earth. I from what I remember, to destroy or take over the Earth, and that's when they meet Goku, which sets up the Goku and Vegeta rivalry,
Mhm.
the iconic rivalry, and you get all of those classic memes, Kaioken.
Okay.
But
This sounds a lot like a Japanese version of Superman.
In a way.
oh,
I mean,
gee.
Yeah, in a
Wow.
way.
I'm not saying it's a one-to-one comparison. I'm just saying it sounds a lot like it.
yeah, he
No,
does
it's
have
not.
his rogues gallery.
It's not
Yep.
your fault, Mando. It's just that's one of the most fandom versus fandom arguments in the entire anime.
Okay, look. I am not emotionally invested in DC. I know it,
Right.
but I'm not necessarily super fond of it. Okay.
Goku versus Superman has been a fandom argument for
Oh, it's
Yeah.
that's been such a meme for so freaking long.
oh my god.
When
Okay,
when
let's
Rooster Teeth was still around, they actually had Death Battle and they actually showed it. But now their
Okay.
doors have closed.
Okay, hang on. Let's stay on this track for just half a second. Only let's stick with an anime or stick with anime or anime for this. Is there a Gundam that could go toe to toe with Goku?
No.
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 Okay. So even the most OP of the Gundam mobile suits would get what turned into an aluminum can by this guy.
Yes.
Yes.
They basically make
Yeah.
Goku out to, at his peak, he is unbeatable.
As a kid, a Gundam stands no chance.
Okay,
No.
going to one of the more fantastical animes that I've had the pleasure of watching. Have any of you seen Escaflowne?
Yes.
I have briefly.
The pilot of Escaflowne on foot and then in his dragon mech. Any chance whatsoever?
No. Vaughn, even with fighting with his sword, he wouldn't win.
Okay, would Goku at least realize he was in a fight?
Probably not.
Okay,
He'd probably be floating in midair, like using his flying ability, and somebody would try to smack him and it just shatter like if the guy Melf tried to smack it with his hand, it just shatter the hand of the guy Melf.
okay.
Like nothing would happen.
Last one I'm going to hit you guys with because it's the last one I've seen enough of to actually have an opinion one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
The main character from Bleach after he got turned half demon.
Oh, that's a tough
See
one.
that one I don't know because I'm not too up to speed on Bleach.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen a couple episodes, but not enough to give you a proper
What
answer.
what I've seen enough of it to be able to explain is this guy is essentially a unintentional demon hunter who ends up going into the land of the dead to save the girl that essentially made him into what he turned out to be.
Yeah.
That's the point where I stopped watching it because
It
Again,
actually goes a
like
lot
like
further with
girlfriend.
that. You later find out his own lineage, that he was born from a Soul Reaper and his mother was a Quincy. So
Okay.
he actually inherits their powers. He has spiritual awareness. Dude, he's got the pedigree of at least like 4 major beings. He's on par with the Soul King.
Okay, so
And to say, ooh,
so
that's the
would
tough
Goku
one.
realize he was in a fight if those two got into a battle?
I would say yes, because the
I'm
one thing that
assuming, though,
Ichigo would
that-
actually have is because one thing that they don't show you, it's very poorly translated in the show, is how fast these characters are fighting each other. Like the whole meme of Namek being destroyed in 5 minutes, but it takes the course of 7 episodes. It's because literally how fast Frieza and Goku are fighting each other. That's how long.
Actually, I believe it's more than 7 episodes because the entire fight itself is almost an hour and a half.
So
Okay,
so that
yeah.
one so that
But
one
it's-
episode so that one episode I saw where it was basically 2 characters standing there quivering and WWE trash talking for 15 minutes.
Mhm.
In actual time would have been what, 30 seconds?
Yeah, maybe a minute.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably.
Yeah. But Ichigo with how fast he is, he would be able to fight on par. So yeah, Goku would realize it.
Okay.
So
And
it's
actually, I
just to
lied.
say who would win. Oof.
You
That's a
notice
tough
I'm not
one.
asking who would win.
Yeah, but no, Goku would realize he's in a fight with Ichigo. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There, and I just remembered
Yeah.
there is one other one that I'm going to go ahead and hit you guys with.
Mm-hmm.
Only
Sure.
because it's the only other anime that my ex-girlfriend made me sit down and watch with her that I thought was actually entertaining.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gosh.
The Demon Wolf Kid Inuyasha against Goku.
Oh, such a good anime.
I
What-
That
What-
would be an interesting.
would say
fight.
no. I would say no, partly because Inuyasha has so many limitations put on him. It would be no contest. Goku would win.
Well, let's
Yeah.
say at the very beginning of the series, when he basically was operating at full bore, no limitation.
I will kill you.
Interesting.
I just remembered something.
Goku would know he's in a fight, but it would definitely be a short one.
That's that's the only question I'm asking. Because
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get an idea of the overall power level of this guy. Okay.
Well, you also have to realize by the time it gets to the Cell Saga, power levels are irrelevant.
Well, yeah, because I'm guessing it's essentially equivalent to Superman and General Zod every time they meet up.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Oh,
Because I think the very last power level that is mentioned is full power Frieza at 1 million, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And-
the SCP Foundation joke of it being over 9,000 actually does apply.
Yeah.
yeah. Basically, Frieza is an intergalactic emperor of planets. Cell
Frieza,
is basically
the guy
the
that looks like
warrior.
is he the guy that looks like a humanoid alligator?
He's
No,
the
that's
uh,
Zarbon. That's Zarbon.
Oh,
And his
Zarbon.
beast form.
well,
Is he
Kinda.
green? Is he green
No,
with black wings?
Frieza-
Is that what you're talking about, Mando?
Yeah,
That's
green
Cell.
with kind of this weird reptilian crown thing, a tail.
Cell.
And-
Yep,
That's Cell.
that's.
I don't think I've ever seen wings, but it wouldn't surprise me if he had them.
no, that
Does he
would
look
be,
like a bug?
The one I've seen, like I said, he looks kind of like a humanoid alligator. He's got a tail. He's green, scaly.
That's Cell.
Yeah.
That's
Cell.
Basically-
Oh, yeah.
Basically, it looks like somebody tried to draw a D&D were-alligator from memory.
Cell is basically a Dr. Gero creation of the different cells of all the strongest warriors in the world. So he's like a hybrid of different fighters, including
So he's
Frieza.
G.I. Joe Serpentor, only in superhuman form.
In a way.
Super, what is he, an android cyborg? Bug
Yeah, he's an
form?
android.
He's an android.
Android. So, yeah, technically. And then Majin Buu is like a demon monster.
Majin
created by,
Majin Buu was created before the galaxy was created.
He's like a demon monster created by
He was created by
Bibbidi?
Bibbidi.
No,
Yeah.
he was Majin Buu was created before the galaxy was created, and Bibbidi decided
Somebody captured
was able
him.
to,
That's right.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
So
And his
But
son,
we're
Bobbity took over.
we're going way over Mando's head here. We need
Yeah.
to go
Well-
baby steps,
Well,
baby
the
steps.
thing,
That's why
the thing is, I'm tracking enough of the fact that these guys are OP to the point that even a Primarch in 40K would look at it and go, I'm going back into orbit. You guys can fuck around and find out.
Okay, let me tell
Yeah.
you what their power levels would be. Okay, Vegeta, before he got to Earth, was able to do exterminatus on a planet by himself.
Okay, I can get that reference.
Yeah.
It's all a
because he
mastery
literally did.
of life force, which they call ki.
Yeah.
So basically, you can use this life force to manipulate your body. So you can, like, I think
So
there's
they
a
used
scene
part of
where
ancient Egyptian mythology for this.
no, it's ancient Eurasian, like, mystical belief that
No,
your
no,
body's
what I'm
flowing with ki.
Let, let, let
there
me,
is there is basically they're going off the concept of there's there's energy in your body, and if you train yourself and your mind enough, you can actually tap into that energy and use it to destroy things. That's
Okay,
basically what key is.
let me rewind just a second and explain what I was talking about, because I might have pulled one of you guys' number. In ancient Egypt, every human was thought to have a spirit known as a ki and a ka. And upon death, if the two were not in balance, one would remain on Earth and orbit as a disembodied spirit, and the other would be devoured by some monster that basically decided if you were going to heaven or hell.
Wow, Gohan, you're a regular bloodhound.
So is that kind of a similar concept, or am I completely misunderstanding because it used the same name?
You're kind of going off in the weeds there. Like I said, it's
Well,
based
no.
off of the I think it's mainly used in the Shaolin monks, where you see them using ki to make particular parts of their body indestructible. That's basically what it is. For instance,
you ever see those videos of the Shaolin monks getting kicked in the nuts repeatedly?
Yeah, I've seen
Or
more than my fair share of those videos. Jimmy, remember what I
well,
used to do?
yes,
Of course,
But-
I've seen those videos.
but to just to make an example though, when Vegeta's son came back, who is from the future, he traveled back in time to kind of help Goku from dying of a heart disease that would, because he's the key player. If he dies, then the world's kind of fucked. So just to test his skills, because he was told that, because by the time Trunks is born, Goku's already dead, but he was told that he was just an ungodly warrior, just one that would just defeat all. He was amazing. That's what he was told. So he's kind of fanboying at the moment, and he asked, mind if I test some of those legends that I've heard about you? And Goku just said, sure. And this is all happening after he had defeated Frieza and come back to Earth. Goku stuck his one finger out, his index finger, and you could see this golden aura that he had already had going when he was going Super Saiyan, which is a whole nother stage of his power evolution. And you see this aura engulf his finger, his whole hand, but just focused on his finger. And Trunks drew a broadsword that he used for however long and started swinging it at him very fast. Like, it's so fast that you would only see him when the sword was stopped.
Okay.
And Goku was blocking it. He did not move at all. His body did not move except for his arm. That's it. His feet did not move from the spot he was standing in, and his hand was a blur.
That's a trope. That's a trope in a lot of kung fu movies.
Yes.
So I can wrap my head around that.
Don't you love it when you get a phone call, you got to take it, and then you got to take a piss? Well, that's happening to me right now. So
No,
I'll be right
I've
back,
never-
gents.
I've never had that happen to me. You may need to get that looked at, sir.
Okay, so
It-
so these guys are okay. I'm just gonna make sure I'm understanding this correctly, and I'm gonna water it down a bit. I apologize. No disrespect is intended. It sounds like these guys are basically a Japanese amalgamation of several of the DC characters, a lot of Chinese kung fu movies, and mythologies from multiple parts of the world.
Technically, it's like superpowers, but with martial arts mastery.
Okay, so again, that kind of fits with the whole kung fu movies from decades past.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because if I remember correctly, the whole premise of movies like kung fu and similar in that vein were they basically were normal humans, but they trained themselves to a point that they almost appeared superhuman.
Basically.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But considering that Goku is an alien, well, basically part of a race that's kind of, in hindsight, it's almost like they're destined to conquer all because everything is stacked in their favor genetically.
If you could take Bruce Lee and have him shoot energy beams out of his hands, that's technically what this is.
Okay, I get that reference.
Yeah.
Yeah. Jackie Chan, same thing. If you could, give Jackie Chan like the ability to shoot energy beams out of his hands at people and blow things up, that's technically what this is.
Actually, the
So
funny
this
part is there is a Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan reference in that show.
Yeah,
In the original
yes,
Dragon
there
Ball,
is.
because it was his grandpa Gohan was able to come back for a day, and he participated in the World Martial Arts Tournament as Jackie Chung.
Yep.
Okay, so to a certain extent, then this could be seen as kind of a anime fanboy of Jet Li, Bruce Lee, and all the other fairly well-known kung fu movie stars from decades ago.
Yeah, there is some inspiration for that. Yeah.
And
Well,
I'm not
I mean,
again,
just
I'm
like-
not saying
just
that
like
to
every
knock it,
other
even
piece
though
of
I'm
media.
very much watering it down so my little grunt brain can understand it.
Ah, yes, the grunt thinking.
Okay, here.
But yeah,
When it
just
comes
think
to
of
more
it as like
complex parts of
it's
this, imagine you're talking to Pop when he's drunk.
Pop probably wouldn't even want to bother listening to this.
Pop, have you ever wanted to see Jackie Chan and Bruce Lee fight flying through the air and shooting fucking energy beams out of their hands and destroying things?
And he would probably say yes to that.
Sorry about that, guys.
It's
Back to
all
the
good.
start.
Have you ever wanted to see them, karate chop wood or, bricks or, kung fu somebody in midair while shooting energy beams?
Okay, so that's
There you go,
essentially what these Saiyans are capable of doing,
Basic.
among other things, obviously.
They're
There's
actually-
yeah, like I mentioned earlier. Like I mentioned earlier, there's that energy called ki, and there are certain humans that can tap into that, and they can actually do the exact same thing.
Okay,
But it's just that Saiyans are, and well, spoiler alert, Saiyans are an alien race.
yeah, they've already said that.
Okay.
What's wrong, Gohan?
And
But,
truth be told, I kind of already came to that conclusion based off the crap that you guys already said that they're capable of doing. Because last I
They're-
checked, there ain't a normal person that can
Man,
do
you sound
any of
pretty
this.
easy, don't you?
they're basically a race of aliens that turn into giant monkeys and destroy shit.
Yep.
When the
They're-
moon
Yeah,
is
like
full.
like if you
Hey, perked right
look
up.
at Gohan, you see how he has a tail.
Man.
Okay,
That
One spoiled kid, you know that?
the Saiyans always have a tail. They're basically also quote the meme, Frieza calls them monkeys. I'm not saying that as a
Okay.
racial slur. I'm saying that is a factual thing that a character says because they technically are monkeys. And on their
What do you wanna
planet
be when you grow
that
up?
was destroyed by Frieza, but it was told by a different thing. That's a different story.
Become a great scholar.
I think, what is it? Every 12
You're a weird one,
years,
aren't you?
a full
Well,
moon
it
happens on
definitely
planet
can't help you with
Vegeta,
your studies or
and
anything like that.
the
Never let you
Saiyans
toughen up,
turn
huh,
into
man?
great apes. Basically, they're gigantic monkeys, and they can go on a rampage. Some have the ability to control their um, animalistic intentions and can actually be a sentient, gigantic monkey.
Mm-hmm.
So they're essentially superpowered werewolf Kong.
No way, yeah.
Yeah,
And their planet was basically conquered, or it was told they were told that they were subject to Frieza and his family to go out and terraform or conquer other worlds for his empire. And then
Wait, what?
supposedly what caused the destruction of their planet was Frieza basically had a premonition that one of the Saiyans would kill him.
Okay.
Yep.
yeah. It's a lot of stuff to absorb, and we're giving you a lot of information here,
Well,
Mando. But
the-
stick with us, man. Stick with
Oh
us.
no, but the thing is, maybe I'm drawing the wrong parallels, but I'm seeing a lot of parallels not only to the Western media that I'm most familiar with, but also to some of the older Transformers lore. Because the way you're describing this Frieza character sounds a lot like the way that the Transformers character Unicron behaves, where he
Frieza-
essentially eats planets and will reformat other bots to act as essentially his horsemen of the apocalypse.
Well, Frieza is more of like an emperor, like rules the planet. He doesn't eat planets, but he's more like he conquers
doesn't
them and rules them.
He doesn't intentionally destroy them.
He will if he has to. He did
Yep.
The Saiyan planet, but he's more of like he wants to be a ruler. Like he wants people to bow before his power.
Yeah.
Okay.
He's basically what the leftists would think of as a very evil and manipulative landlord that uses foot soldiers to do his bidding.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Mhm.
So,
I can wrap my head around that. Okay.
alrighty. But yeah, that's basically what Frieza was a
Okay.
really, really, really bad dude.
So let's say hypothetically, I decide tomorrow to go to the local used DVD store, and I've got 3 of them in my hometown, so I have options.
Mm-hmm.
Let's say I'm just bored as hell. I don't find anything on YouTube or Tubi that I'm interested in watching, and none of the movies or TV shows that I currently own are anything that I'm interested in. Since I don't own a streaming service or don't have subscription to a streaming service, I have to go and pick up a DVD or something similar. What would be the starting point for somebody with no prior knowledge of this particular franchise?
Season
Dragon
1
Ball.
well, if you really wanted to do a deep dive, I would say start with the original Dragon Ball.
Yeah.
But if you want to completely skip through that and actually start with Z, start with very season 1 of Z. And that's basically where the game that I'm playing right now takes place at.
Okay.
And yeah, it's got I mean, I love this game. It's fun as hell. But it's your typical RPG. You got a lot of fetch quests and collect items to power up and this and that. You got side quests, but
Okay.
it still has the entire story behind it.
Okay. And what if you were to sum up for a complete noob the main, let's say, 5 characters of the show, how would you do so?
Goku, the guy in the orange gi, Gohan, his son in his lap there, Piccolo. He'll come into the picture later. Vegeta, again, he'll come into the picture later as well. And Krillin would be those would be the top 5 main characters.
And I'm assuming that this is a mix between heroes and villains / rivals, because Japanese anime, a lot of times the villain will switch side halfway through the show.
Yep. Vegeta does that. Yeah.
Yep, that's exactly what Vegeta does, but that's further down the line in the series.
Okay.
But
so, who is Goku's biggest adversary, rival, villain character over the course of this?
Hands down, Vegeta. And I'll tell you why. Because Vegeta is to Vegeta, Goku. How do I explain this? It's basically
so when Goku was sent to Earth as a little child, the Saiyans were used as a race of people to take over, destroy, and
they were shock troopers.
Pretty much, yeah. So they would eliminate the entire population of a planet, so Frieza and his empire could sell it to the highest bidder. So when Goku came to this planet, he was considered a low-level soldier. He had a very low power level.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So they said, "Oh, we'll just send him to this planet. There's no one out there that's, that can fight back and whatnot." So they sent Goku there. Things happened. Goku bumped his head, and everything changed. And that's how the events of Dragon Ball happened.
Okay.
So the events of Dragon Ball happened, but now we're in Dragon Ball Z. So Goku is the good guy. He doesn't know that he is an alien being until the Saiyans actually come down to Earth and whatnot. Like I said, I really wanted to play this game just to help explain the lore of it.
Okay, well,
but
the thing is, I'm kind of getting what you're putting down. Okay.
Right.
Is that just some random chick, or is that one of the major characters?
This actually is another main character. This is Chi-Chi. This is Goku's wife.
Okay.
And it's actually quite hilarious how Goku and Chi-Chi got married.
Yeah, it is.
because Goku is basically everything in his being is about fighting, training, and getting stronger. He knows jack shit and fuck all about women,
and food. And
food. But Chi-Chi actually quote unquote tamed Goku, and that's where we got Gohan. And Gohan is named after the man that found Goku.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a good deal of sense there.
So she basically tamed him with that ass.
Yeah,
pretty much.
Getting back to your question, I would say Vegeta is his biggest rival turned ally. Okay. They kind of needed each other throughout the entire series to get to the level that they both got to. Without Goku, Vegeta didn't push himself as hard as he did and achieve all those power levels. And Goku,
they're always neck and neck with each other usually.
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so going back to something I know fairly well. In Gundam Wing, the primary quote unquote villain of the series is Treize Kushinaga.
Right. The master orchestrator of
the
entire war.
Well, and the reason I say he's the main villain is because, he doesn't do a huge amount, but he's manipulating things in the background.
Right.
But his lieutenant rival occasional ally and frequent verbal sparring partner is Zex Marquise.
Right.
Zex is the military threat, whereas Treize is more the strategic psychological.
Mhm.
So you're saying this Vegeta character is essentially the Treize to Goku's Zex.
Mm,
Or am I misinterpreting that dynamic
Get the-
completely?
Get the fuck out of my Twitch chat, you bastard
Uh,
spammer.
think of Superman and Darkseid.
Okay.
Um,
I know those two generally hate each other, so
how do I put
Well,
this?
Goku doesn't really hate Vegeta, but Vegeta hates Goku because Goku always seems to have the leg up on Vegeta on becoming more powerful and basically having the plot armor
and
because he's the main character. He's got to have some kind of plot armor.
well, and honestly, the way you're describing him, it almost sounds like he's usually in the right place at the right time by accident.
Not really, not necessarily the right time all the time.
They basically wound up needing each other, but because of their Saiyan pride, they don't admit that. It's kind of like kind of like a bro code, kind of like it's an understood, unwritten rule that hey,
Vegeta has his Saiyan pride, and Goku has the Saiyan will to to keep battling and continue to become stronger.
Yeah,
they're basically a yin and yang to each other.
Mm-hmm.
So it's basically Obi-Wan Kenobi versus Vader.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
You wouldn't have either one of them as they were at the beginning of the original trilogy if it wasn't for how they had to develop during the Clone Wars.
Exactly. Because of Goku, Vegeta was able to achieve Super Saiyan.
Actually, no, that's not true.
Well, Vegeta pushed himself because he wanted to be a Super Saiyan because of what Goku did.
And Vegeta almost killed himself and was almost killed by a meteor, but then he finally realized.
Right.
And then that's when he unlocked it.
Okay, so
we're stepping way too many steps over Mando's
that,
head here.
No, that's okay. I actually have another kind of analogy. They literally had to drop a moon on this guy so he would unlock himself.
Not a moon, but an asteroid.
Yeah.
Vegeta knew about
when you're talking about a human in a giant space rock.
Vegeta knew about Super Saiyan because of his race's
there's a legend behind it.
Stories. But it took Goku to kind of speed all that up forward to want to make Vegeta realize he could be one too, and he wanted to be a Super Saiyan, if that makes sense.
It kind of does.
His hatred for Goku. Remember, he still hated Goku at the time when he achieved Super Saiyan. So that was his driving force, was pure determination and grit.
Yep.
So again, going back to Inuyasha, it's like that other wolf demon character. He despises Inuyasha, but he knows he needs him, so he's not actively trying to kill him by a later point in the series.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. And Vegeta's revelations come in the Buu saga where he realizes that, he couldn't beat Goku. He just realized Goku was better, but that was okay because that was a driving force, a motivation factor, which he admits at the end of the series.
I would say it actually happened. I would actually say it started to happen in the Cell saga when Android 18 broke Vegeta's arm.
Oh yeah,
I could see that. His pride getting broken. Yeah, I could see that.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
that's true.
But explain to me these androids. I've seen.
Okay,
hang on, but let me clarify this for the audience because Jimmy, you already know the story here, but people probably need to know this so they know why I'm confused as hell about this. literally 90% of what I know from about Dragon Ball characters comes from Rule 34 stuff I stumbled on over the years.
Oh, jeez.
And unfortunately, there's two characters that's pretty common for that.
Oh,
Bulma
jeez.
and this blonde android character.
18.
That would be Android 18.
Yeah, so I know you guys that are hardcore fans are listening to that and cringing hard enough that you could probably crack computer screens if you were actually on screen.
I regret nothing.
So
basically, Dr. Gero, which is a longtime enemy, being with the Red Ribbon Army that Goku fought against as a kid,
okay.
decided to take living human beings and create what's called androids.
Okay, so these aren't androids in the way that I know them from Western sci-fi then.
No, these are humanoids that have been enhanced with all kinds of cyber and all kinds of horrendous things.
So they're more like
There's
the
the-
characters from the Mega Man video game series.
Yeah, in a way.
Pretty much, yeah. In a way, yeah.
Yeah. And they were basically created to kill Goku by Dr. Gero collecting data on him throughout his entire life, basically, which is what Cell became.
So this guy had such a hard on for Goku that he literally created a race of machine. He basically created Cylons to hunt this guy down.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, because
And then-
Dr. Gero was a very high-ranking official in the Red Ribbon Army back in the Dragon Ball days, and Goku basically put his foot up every single one of their asses. So Gero wanted to get revenge, and that's how he got his revenge.
Okay,
He
it doesn't-
eventually,
It
He
doesn't sound like
eventually-
this guy wanted revenge. It sounded like this guy wanted hyper revenge.
yeah, pretty much. He wanted revenge so much he turned himself into an android.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. So
Yeah.
So essentially this guy wanted to not just delete Goku from the storyline, he wanted to control alt delete him from the storyline.
Pretty much, yeah.
Pretty much, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so, several decades, he created Cell, which is the amalgamation of, or what is that word? Amalgamation of all the.
Technically, he didn't develop Cell. It was his computer that he programmed to develop Cell.
And
Okay, so again, this
there's-
sounds more and more like the Reploids or whatever they were called from Mega Man.
it was the case for all of the androids except for Cell. If you really think about it, what Cell is, he's an amalgamation of all the fighters given in organic form, kind of like the humanoid Cylons.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can get that. I can wrap my head around that.
And so Cell is basically the collection of all of the warriors at the time that he took data from and compiled them all into one being.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, and we're talking Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo,
Frieza.
Okay,
Vegeta,
so I'm gonna ask probably the dumbest question I could at this stage in my understanding of the story arc for this.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This bad guy who created the AI, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Since he studied all of these superhumans and amazingly skilled and powerful fighters, did these guys eventually realize, oh crap, we've got an adversary that we need to put our differences aside for, beat the crap out of this guy, and then go back to beating the crap out of each other?
That's what the Android saga technically was.
Kind of, in a way. About the best way I can describe that happening is the fight between Piccolo and Android 17
Okay.
That was an epic fight. That's in one of my top 5 fights.
Yeah, it is.
That one's fucking awesome. Krillin, because the Z fighters is what we're going to call them, the good guys. They eventually, with the help of Trunks from the future, went to Jiro's lab and got schematics and whatnot. Took that to Bulma, which is Trunks' mom. Yes, Vegeta banged the shit out of Bulma. That's where Trunks came from. And they found a schematic, and Bulma devised a self-destruct button and gave it to Krillin. Again, and gave it to Krillin, the short little bald dude. Hang on, let me show him here. That dude right there. That dude right there. If you can see it on the screen.
Midget.
And he was responsible. He's not technically a midget, but he's full grown. But
compared to everyone else is what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
Yeah. But he was tasked with getting within, I believe, what was it?
Like 10 meters.
Yeah, it was like really close. And then you hit the button because Android 17 and 18 had self-destruct mechanisms built within them as a safeguard for Dr. Zero.
Yeah.
And
so he basically built his semi-cyborg assassins that if they didn't behave, he could pop them at a distance.
That's it.
Pretty much,
yeah.
Yep, that's it.
But there's kind of a second story on top of that. Cell, the bug-looking kind of guy that we mentioned earlier, if he would to absorb androids 17 and 18, which he does, he gets to his quote-unquote perfect form. So he absorbs android 17, he transforms and whatnot, becomes stronger, and then he absorbs 18, becomes stronger in his perfect form.
Yep.
Because the human tissue and the android parts, they mesh with Cell's bioorganic material to make him the quote perfect being. And that's what Cell's whole saga was about, was him becoming the perfect being.
Sounds like this guy was a bastard.
It's
he was.
It's an interesting combination of AI and biology, like with insects. Pretty much.
Okay,
It's like
I can follow that.
it's a pretty unique blend of AI and insect biology, pretty much.
Yep.
Because there's insect references all throughout the Cell saga.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep. And it's a known fact that the Cell saga was Akira Toriyama's least favorite saga because of one main reason. Can anyone name it?
No, I won't give it away. Let somebody else
do,
answer.
I'm not going to say it.
It's because he despised drawing all the dots on Cell's body.
Oh my goodness.
That was reason number one. And then reason number two was because his editors, they didn't like Android 19 and 20, so they destroyed him. They didn't like 17 and 18, so they made him create Cell. And that's why the Cell saga was Akira Toriyama's least favorite saga. But to me, I know the man worked his ass to the bone during the entire Android/Cell saga. And I know he despised his editors for making him change up so much and whatnot. But to me, his editors making him change up so many things, it just, I mean, yeah, it does complicate the story. It builds a story on top of a story on top of a story, and then you get the final story, and it's a lot to take in. But
I'm going to be completely honest with you, Jimmy. I don't know if I've ever told you guys this. I'm a huge fan of the TV show Arrow. And I love the fact that each season is a multi-layered story.
okay,
Where-
so
you have your low level villains that you think are the bad guys that's gonna be faced off against the entire series. Then you got somebody who's a little bit higher up that seems to be pulling some strings. And then you've got the hidden hand big bad guy who is dealing with everything. So I like that multi-layered storytelling. I really do.
Yeah, see, and that's I would say that's pretty good, a good simulation, good comparison to the Cell Saga, because eventually 17 and 18, the androids, they end up fighting with the good guys to help not get fucked by Cell.
Mm-hmm.
And all that.
Okay, now I'm going to ask this really stupid question
Mm-hmm.
No
because,
questions are stupid.
well, all the promo art I've ever seen and all the other so-called fan art I've ever seen, all the androids appear to be feminine. Is that the case, or is that just the ones they chose to put a good foot forward for Western audiences that are a bunch of pubescent horn dogs?
I would go with the latter.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so there
Yeah.
were male and female cyborgs.
Yeah.
Yep.
Android 17 was a male and Android 18 was a female, and they were canonically twins.
Yeah.
Interesting.
And what Giro did to them was fucking unspeakable, man.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the Marvel Cinematic Universe for a second. Is it the same thing that or kind of similar to what Hydra did to Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I would say that's a fair comparison.
Okay, cool.
Yep.
Y'all still talking about bullshit?
Yeah, how about you jump in?
No, because I didn't really care much.
Okay.
Well, Jackal, if you don't really care much, I can assist you in seeing the door, because this is supposed to be an appreciation stream, you bastard. Show some appreciation to Akira Toriyama, you fucker.
Although Mando, out of all the sagas, the Boo saga is my all-time favorite.
Okay.
I just love the chaos, the randomness.
It is good. It is good.
So I'm assuming each of these sagas you're referencing are the individual story arcs for the show?
Yeah.
Yep.
Pretty much, yeah.
Okay. So what were the major story arcs?
You have well, see, I have splits for the way I want to give the sagas. So the first saga that I'm in right now on my game, this is quote unquote kind of this is the introduction saga. So right now I'm playing as Piccolo fighting against Raditz. Raditz is also a Saiyan, and he is also Goku's brother.
Okay.
This would be the introduction saga, and then you have the filler saga, where Goku goes off and does all the training. Earthlings go off and do all the training, because those scouters that Outlaw mentioned earlier, those are also communication devices. And Piccolo, and after the fight between Raditz, Piccolo, and Goku, team up to defeat Raditz. They learn Raditz, or the Piccolo lets it slips that there's certain objects on this planet called Dragon Balls, and if we collect them, we can make a wish, and we can actually cheat death.
Yeah.
That transmission is given to is sent to Vegeta and Nappa, the guys that will be fighting here pretty soon in the Saiyan saga.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And Piccolo lets it slip. Oh, we got these things that will grant any one of our wishes, which technically is not true, because there are limitations to the power of Shenron. No matter what people say, I don't care.
Okay, so Just,
You
I'm going to rewind for half a second, and then we can go back. The Dragon Balls, I'm assuming that at least one of you's played the Zelda games.
Yes.
Yep.
The Dragon Balls are essentially the pieces of the Triforce. And Shenron is essentially akin to the goddess Hyrule once you've got all three parts of the Triforce.
Yes.
Okay, cool. We can move on. I can wrap my head around that.
you basically have the Raditz saga, you have the filler arc, you have the Saiyan saga, you have the filler arc for that. Then you have the Namek saga. Then you have the Ginyu Force saga, the Frieza saga, the Android saga,
Okay.
Cell saga. Then there's a filler arc there.
And then there's the time skip, and then
Yep,
it's the world tournament right after that.
Yep, there's the time skip, the world tournament, and then things actually eventually go into the Boo saga, and then Dragon Ball Z finally ends.
You get into the Great Saiyaman. I think isn't the Great Saiyaman saga in that one? No, that's no, you're right. It is the tournament arc. Yeah.
Yeah, that's right before. That's right before the tournament.
Who's the green dollar store Darth Vader?
What?
That
guy?
Yeah, that guy.
That's Piccolo.
That's Piccolo. He's technically the big bad guy at the end of the original Dragon Ball.
Okay.
Because
also,
oh, go ahead.
Also, he's Gohan's real dad.
Hey, you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
That one's gonna confuse the shit out of Mando. I
know.
You're not even getting to the point of. I'm not even asking about lineages or genealogies or any of that. Because I know the kind of rabbit hole that can open when it comes to Japanese anime.
Oh no!
Remember, I'm a Gundam fan.
No, it's just a running gag in the whole show is that Piccolo does a better job of raising Gohan than Goku does.
Well, he does though.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep.
If you guys are familiar with some of the Gundam series, they can have some pretty convoluted family trees. And don't get me started on the different characters that Hero Yui is allegedly related to in Gundam Wing. If you actually look at the mangas,
technically Piccolo, and we're not being funny here. Piccolo is technically considered a black guy on the show.
Okay.
I don't know why. I don't know why, but they just consider Piccolo a black guy. I don't know why.
Oh, that's right. Even when he goes to the driving school, the attire he's wearing. Oh my god. Yeah, that's what gives it away.
Yeah.
I'm going to be honest. That doesn't really faze me one way or another. You've
got these popular tropes in a lot of cartoons and anime where you have that one character that they present one way, but their attitude and
demeanor, they're the token whatever character for that particular show.
Yep.
Yeah. It's like they've got more of a black heritage or some sort of heritage than they actually portray.
And for God's sakes. And
it's like the way they portrayed Mudflap and Skids in the second Transformers movie.
Yeah.
But actually, speaking of Sean St. George that I was going to mention, he shared a video with me earlier, and oh my, let's just say every single person involved in a certain company of games or wherever the fuck they are, I don't know who the fuck they are. Basically, every single one of them is on my beat on site list because one of them that is hired by this company came out and said, "Oh, well, yeah, it sucks Akira Toriyama is dead, but, he fucking sucked as putting in, the best black characters and all this." And I'm like, you shut your fucking whore mouth right now. I will. I seriously, every single one of those people that is involved in that company is on my beat on site list. I do not care. I will beat the living fuck out of
Hey,
him
Jimmy.
because you do not disrespect Akira Toriyama like that, especially after his passing. You
Hey,
do
Jimmy.
not fucking do that.
Jimmy, I'm not going to knock you there. You've heard me talk about BattleTech, and what's the one anime you never mention around me?
Shit.
Macross.
I cannot remember their good sir.
Oh, it's called Macross.
Oh.
It's all because of the Harmony Gold lawsuit. It's one of the big reasons why BattleTech went into semi-hiatus for long enough that it was almost a dead game.
Oh, Macross is awesome, man.
Yeah.
I
Oh,
love
and
that.
speaking of things that gone out of business, Rooster Teeth is no more.
Fuck
Wow.
them.
Is this a
Can I say
celebration or a
something
sadness?
Can I say something that just like about it, Jimmy?
Yeah.
I stand with Vic. All right. Fuck those assholes.
I don't fucking care about internet drama. I don't give a fuck about people are gonna be fucking dipshit, fucking dumb fuck retards. I don't fucking care. As long as they don't fucking threaten me with death or bodily harm, I don't fucking care.
What if
People
they
can
threaten you
talk,
with AOC?
and I might be able to fuck her brains fucking straight. So
yeah,
bring it on.
I just wanted to say that, Jimmy. I mean, I can go into the full details about it, but that's not worth taking up your show for. So
yeah, that's not what this show is about. We're not here to talk about drama or anything about that. I'm here to hang out with my boys and indulge my other friend Nick Mando here about the lore and about Dragon Ball Z, all this. Maybe get him to consider checking out the show and whatnot.
Yeah.
But my main reason here is, you know, my boys here, they can talk back and forth and whatnot. I'm here to just stream Kakarot and give honor to the memory of the man that has forged many young men's futures and pasts, Akira Toriyama. And that is why I am playing this game, because it completely tells the entire story, Dragon Ball Z, from the beginning to the end.
Yeah.
Also, now, how many hours of playtime is this particular game, Jimmy?
That would depend on how you play it. I have.
If you're not doing side quests.
If you're not doing any side quests, I would say probably maybe 35 to 45 hours. Maybe.
Okay, so
holy shit.
It's a good game, but
it's in line with the Elder Scrolls franchise.
Yeah, but if you're anything like me and you find a game that you enjoy, you love, it's a franchise that you love, you want to 100% this game. I have a save on here that has over 120 hours on it, and I have not 100%ed this game yet.
Damn.
But that's just because I go around and I grind. I put all of the characters to max level. I try to get every little bit of experience out of everything. When this game came out, I was obsessed. I would come home, shower, play Kakarot for 5 to 6 hours, go to bed.
That sounds a lot like me with the Mass Effect trilogy, Jimmy.
Yeah, it's again, it's an RPG game, but it's also an RPG game that's not really for everybody. But if you understand the lore, understand the story, can figure out the gameplay and whatnot, I highly suggest this game. I really fucking do.
What is Broly?
Oh God.
Well, do you want the non-canon or the actual
Oh, no,
canon now?
the reason I'm asking is Chrome Dome Omega has a chat in there. Where does Broly fit into the DBZ timeline? Was it during the Cell Saga?
Broly was after. Broly was after the because Broly is technically, as of now, a canon character after Dragon Ball Super.
Yeah, before the Universal Tournament arc.
Yep, before.
Broly comes in, I think, before the Android saga.
Not
I
not
could be
canon.
wrong.
Not canon.
None of
Not canon, no.
none of the Broly movies are canon. But
Yeah, not
Super
canon.
Dragon Ball Super Broly is canon.
But
Because Akira Toriyama actually worked on Dragon Ball Super Broly. He did not. He was an advisor for most, if not all, the movies, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay,
There were some.
So what was Broly?
Broly was okay. So the character Broly was born at the same time as Goku was.
Okay.
Broly just happened to have he was born with some kind of a genetic mutation or something that drastically increased his power level. When Broly was an infant, his power level was 10,000.
Okay.
Now let me remind you there, Mando, when Goku was doing the Kaioken, when Vegeta and Nappa were on planet Earth, his power level was only 9,000.
Okay.
Broly at an infant was 10,000.
Okay.
So
now,
this
go on.
basically this frightened King Vegeta, not Prince Vegeta, Vegeta's father, King Vegeta. I know you got Planet Vegeta, Prince Vegeta, and King Vegeta. A lot of Vegeta going on. But King Vegeta was threatened by Broly at an infant. So he had Broly excommunicated and exiled to a barren planet where no one would find him.
Until somebody finally found him.
Someone finally found him.
Yeah, that's the way those stories always go. So I kind of jumped ahead of you there.
Yeah, Broly was actually exiled with his father, Paragus.
Yeah, that is true. Yep, I forgot about that point. But yeah, it's like we've been mentioning, Amanda. There's a lot of story arcs and stages within the story arcs. But
and you know what?
I mean, that's kind of why we've become fans of this show, because there's so much story and so much lore in there.
It's kind of the same reason why I enjoy the Warhammer and BattleTech game universes. The lore may not necessarily be deep, but there's a lot of it, and there's plenty of stuff to choose from that you can say, yeah, I like this, but I don't give a flying fornication about that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so
but in the canon, basically Broly, he was pretty much sent away by King Vegeta. Obviously, he's another survivor of the planet being destroyed by Frieza, as that just turned out to be that circumstance. And because of how powerful he was, his dad put a shock collar on him, tried to control him like a dog.
Electrifying.
Pretty much, but that's also what kind of pissed him off at some point. Yeah, at some point he just tapped into his power and just started beating the shit out of anything and everything right in front of him.
Basically, he went Hulk. He went Hulk, but he's also a Super Saiyan.
Yeah,
and
he was a mystical a mythical version of a Viking berserker.
He was pretty much at that point the epitome of the legendary Saiyan.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, I'm going to ask one final question, and I'm going to go ahead and jump off because where that tooth was extracted is starting to hurt from the talking.
Oh shit. Yeah, no problem, man.
So, you've mentioned power levels quite a few times.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Now, is it one of these things where it's similar to the EF scale or the earthquake scale, where when you go up by one level, it's a geometric expansion in power, or is it every point of power is just one additional level up?
So
Geo-
that's actually a really good question there, Mando. And I think I can answer it. When, like, in the Saiyan saga, up to the point of maybe halfway through the Android saga, that's where
Okay.
power levels actually kind of mattered and where they could be
Okay.
measured. Well, actually, no, I take that back. It would be the end of the Frieza saga. That's where power levels could actually be measured.
Okay,
That's
so
hence
after
the
that point, they got so overpowered that
basically they went from we can actually measure your power level on a number scale, or we're just going to measure it on how much land mass you can destroy.
okay,
So a
these guys
small
get
mount,
to,
like
so,
a small mountain, yeah, you're pretty powerful. You know, you don't really want to mess with that guy. An entire mountain range, yeah, that's a substantial threat. If people can wipe out an entire planet with one blast, yeah, and
so
that's basically where I would say the power scales kind of went from the numerical scale to how much land mass I can destroy.
so this is kind of akin to the Godzilla movies, where the very early Toho movies, yeah, Godzilla was powerful, but you could kind of beat him back with heavy enough artillery.
Yep.
Then in the modern Godzilla movies, anything short of an antimatter weapon isn't going to do anything more than piss him off.
Yep. And Godzilla can destroy the planet with one of his blasts.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So since we've opened that door unintentionally in my case, but it's open anyway.
Yeah.
If they were having a bad day, which one's the bigger planetary threat? Godzilla from the legendary movies or Goku?
Goku.
Goku.
Godzilla, because Goku would never destroy Earth.
True.
He wouldn't destroy
Okay,
Goku.
yeah.
Goku would never destroy a planet. He never
Okay.
would. But Godzilla would.
Oh, Gunky Zip. You brought up Team 4-Star. Oh, dude. Only the hardcore fans know about Team 4-Star.
Team 4-Star is fucking hilarious.
Team
God.
4-Star
Okay,
is awesome.
what's Team 4-Star?
Team 4-Star is a group of YouTubes that do their own dub versions of Dragon Ball Z episodes, and they are fucking hilarious.
Oh
The
my
first
God.
2 episodes are rough, but as soon as Nappa shows up,
Oh my!
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah!
That sounds like
Vegeta.
this sounds a lot like the parody YouTube channel that got taken down a couple years ago called the Emperor Text to Speech Device.
they actually have some of the voice actors in that. They were all in like the same like group.
Okay, so it is basically the same concept then.
Yes.
Vegeta. Look,
So
Vegeta.
it's just kind of it's a parody mockumentary type deal.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Yeah, pretty much. If you actually want to have a short version, no filler, and laugh your ass off, watch it because it covers the whole story up to the Cell Saga.
Well,
Yep.
okay.
Well,
I'm going to say this much.
actually, it very recently released some Boo videos.
Oh no shit! Damn, I'm gonna have to look at that.
Okay, I'm going to be honest with you guys. I'm not going to guarantee that I'm completely sold on trying to hunt this down because, like I said, I don't have streaming. If it's
Okay.
not on Tubi and not on YouTube, I don't know if I'm going to actually pay money for it.
It'll be
But
it'll
I'm
be
no
on
long-
YouTube.
But I'm
Yep.
no longer going. But I'm no longer going to just leave the room when it shows up.
Okay.
Right.
So
I mean,
you
it's
you guys have
it-
given me enough. You guys have given me enough interest in it to give it another hearing, so
Yeah.
to speak.
And
So,
I
if
mean,
you look at the private chat, I linked to where you have the entire DVD box set. I remember that specific version because I had that. That's like the uncut version of it, which also includes the original like music audio and the Bruce, what's his name?
Bruce Faulkner.
Bruce Faulkner soundtrack as well.
Yes. Only
I
way to
remember 'cause I-
experience Dragon Ball.
And
Only
the thing
way.
is too, it's like $90 for an entire like the entire series of Dragon Ball Z.
Bruce Faulkner, hands down.
Oh yeah,
Only
that was
music.
great.
Only music. As far as I'm concerned.
So
You talk about music where they put heart and soul into it.
mm-hmm.
You can feel. I know that's a cliche and a very weird term, but you can actually feel the music when you're watching the show.
Oh yeah. The Super Saiyan 3 power up scene with that music, it's freaking epic.
Oh,
my
yeah.
Okay.
God.
Well,
Yeah.
All right, guys. Like I said, but I had myself muted at the time. I'm not going to say that I'm completely sold on it, so I'm not going to be going out and spending money on the DVDs, or if it's not available on a free streamer.
Mm-hmm.
But if I'm among
Right.
people and they decide to throw it up on the screen, I'm not going to necessarily walk out.
Okay.
I'm willing.
Right.
I'm willing to give it another.
I can't remember the website because it was a website that had a bunch of animes on it, and you just had to search them through alphabetical,
I
and
already
they
got
had
Jimmy.
all.
know exactly
You're
which one
fucking
you're talking
awesome, man.
Oh,
You're
man.
fucking awesome, man. Yeah, send that to MGTOW or send that to Outlaw there or not.
Well,
God damn it.
What do we got?
so-
What's going on?
Hey, Cliff, send that to
Yep.
me in a private message on Gilded.
Gotcha.
Yep, I think that's the one.
Mhm.
I think that's the one there.
What are you
But
saying?
anyways,
But on that note, gentlemen, I'm going to go ahead and do something I really have been trying to avoid doing. I'm going to head out, take a painkiller because, like I said, that gap where my tooth was pulled is starting to bother me, and I'm going to call it a night.
yep, hell yeah, man, no problem. But I appreciate you coming on and
Hey,
trying to
thank-
learn some of the
Hell yeah.
lore and whatnot. And
Hey,
if
thanks for
you're
indulging my
interested, man,
curiosity. Thanks for indulging my
ahead.
curiosity, and thanks for enduring my amateur hour questions.
yeah, no problem, man. That's what we're here for. Here to teach and learn, and hopefully send on the work that Akira Toriyama has done, man. Because a lot of the guys here, except for one guy, because he's muted, because he's too busy thumbjacking his fuck box.
What was you guys sending to me? I'm sorry, I missed that.
Yeah. Oh, it was
he mistaked you for me there, Outlaw.
yeah. Sorry, too many MGTOWs in the chat. Damn it.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I meant Mando when I said Outlaw. So, but Cliff, yeah, share that link in the Gilded there, and yeah,
I already sent it to Mando, so
Yep.
done.
I've got it in my private chat. Depending on how things go tomorrow, I might go ahead and do my own stream. And I might go ahead and do something talking about one of the main story arcs from Warhammer 40,000 if you guys decide to jump on.
Oh yeah.
There you go.
I
There
figure
you
one good dive into a major hobby deserves another one.
Sure.
Hell yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, man.
So-
Like I said, if there's anything that any questions that you have about the Dragon Ball verse, you've got
Oh,
many
I'm
many
sure
friends to.
I'm sure we'll revisit this in the future. It definitely sounds like something that's high on your not wanting to give up list.
Well, I mean, it's Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Z, Super, and a couple other works that Akira Toriyama has done. They've always been my favorite. And after watching the thank you videos and the tribute videos from other YouTubers and content creators and whatnot, and then I start to go and think back, I'm like, fucking hell, goddamn, this guy really did do a lot for me in my past, in my childhood.
Mm-hmm.
And I will admit, I'm going to admit, I fucking teared up for a couple of those videos.
Well, before I
It
go,
was bad.
I'm going to show you. I was working on this little vehicle and its squadron mate while we've been on here chatting.
Oh, hell yeah, bro.
Went from bare plastic to the state you see right now in the hour and 45 minutes that we've been chit-chatting.
Hell yeah.
Fuck yeah, man. That's awesome.
I mean,
Cool shit,
you
man.
know,
And it's also got alternate cam options.
I mean, Mando, this is basically childhood memories, man. I mean, this is such a huge part of so many people's lives. I mean, like
this is to you what G.I. Joe is to me.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
But
And
anyways,
that's
Mando.
That's why the questions I asked, I tried to be respectful. I tried to be to the point. I know they were strange. I know some of them were downright silly.
Hey,
but,
yeah, well,
if it makes you feel better, I would be the same way if somebody introduced me to One Piece.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah,
I know nothing about that show.
You would have to get me pop level drunk before I ever sat down and watched that.
All I know about One Piece is it's about pirates. Some dude ate a fruit and now he's made of rubber and can't swim.
All I know is I seen a giant chick scene and I was like, okay, I gotta watch this.
That's all right. But
yeah, but
already,
you got
Mando,
a war fetish.
I have a what?
War fetish.
War fetish.
Yeah.
Big
but,
chick.
Anyways, I think while
You all
Mando
have a good one.
says his
I'm ducking out.
while Mando says his final goodbyes here and whatnot, we got Sean St. George hanging out in the background there. Oh, there. Oh, yeah, there goes Mando. But before I bring you on there, Sean, I gotta take a piss, so pee break is in store.
Papa John's Pizza! Papa John's Pizza!
Ooh, goddamn that
man.
bastard squirrel bladder. But let's bring in Sean St. George, our resident brother from Alaska. How you doing there,
Hello
good sir?
there.
What up, brother?
Trying to get a chance to sit down.
The communist cat and the mutinous munchkin giving you
Yeah,
trouble?
the mutinous little raider.
There you go. But anyways, I wanted to ask you guys, this was my main question. I wanted to bring in some questions tonight.
Yeah.
My first one, and we'll just go down the line here. Cliff, what was your most memorable, iconic Dragon Ball moment?
Oh, I know I'm probably gonna take this away from somebody else, but I'd have to go where Gohan is fighting against Cell and he uses the Kamehameha one-handed.
Ah, you bastard.
I know. Like I said, I know I'm gonna take it away from somebody else, but it's just like
That's yep.
that whole scene right there.
That is I don't care what anime it is. And again, this is just my opinion. I'm pretty sure Cliff can back me up on that. Gohan cried the most manliest of tears in that fight.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He just lost his father. The biggest threat of the universe came back. Gohan was supposed to finish it off. He got too cocky and he ended up paying the ultimate sacrifice. Well, he didn't, but Goku did.
Mm-hmm.
But oh my god, that. All right, Outlaw, what's your most memorable Dragon Ball moment?
Oh my god, man! There's just so many to name in that show. I guess for me, probably the most, and there's two different ones. The most terrifying moment I can remember that stuck with me was when Majin Buu came out of that egg. I will never forget how, like, blowing Gohan and Supreme Kai away with just one blast. You guys remember that?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, holy fucking shit balls. And then he turns that dude into a cookie.
Okay.
I was like, dude, this guy's fucking awesome. Terrifying, but awesome.
Oh god damn it. Demon King
Deborah.
Deborah, yeah. Yep.
Which is another one of my favorite characters.
Yep, there you go.
And
alrighty.
The other one, this one is nightmare fuel. You guys remember when Cell drank that guy in front of Piccolo?
Oh yeah,
I remember he drank a bunch of guys, like from like a football team or something like that.
Yeah, because Piccolo was sensing energy being depleted and whatnot and destroyed actually, and he went up and found Cell.
There was a guy that Cell drank right in front of Piccolo, and
yep,
I was like, dude, this is fucking psychotic. Like, this is weird.
All right.
But the most hyped moment would probably have to be when Goku finally started battling Frieza.
All right. Sean, you're a resident Dragon Ball fan. What would your most memorable / significant Dragon Ball moment be?
When Goku says, I kind of give up. You got me, Cell. But that's okay, because Gohan, you got this, dude.
I would say that's a good one. So I'm going to drop one on you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Cliff, you kind of stole my my comment, because I think the Cell saga is the best saga, and the fight between Gohan and Cell is perfection. But
Oh shit! Seriously?
when Majin Vegeta sacrifices himself to try to destroy Buu,
Yeah,
I would have to say that's my second,
that's a really
because his
good
character arc is complete.
co-
Then
the conversation he has with Trunks,
one. Yeah.
fucking hell, that hits. That hits, man. That's got to hit you right in the feels, because Vegeta, the father that wanted his son to succeed, he wanted his son to get stronger. I still remember the look on Vegeta's face when Trunks says, "I want to train like you, Dad." Like, you can't handle the gravity of the situation, son. Like, well, what if I do what you do? He's like, what? And then boom, Trunks goes Super Saiyan. That's also a top. That's also a top one. Like when Trunks and Goten go Super Saiyan. I mean, a lot of people are like, "Oh, that's fucking kind of a gimmick." You guys, the people that shit on Trunks and Goten going Super Saiyan so early, they don't realize that Vegeta and Goku have been training as Super Saiyans for so fucking long. I guarantee you, Goku fucked Chi-Chi as a Super Saiyan, and I guarantee you Vegeta fucked Bulma as a Super Saiyan. I guarantee you that fucking...
There are parody videos about that.
That whole arc I don't know, Jimmy. That whole arc just had a way of instilling fear and, bringing terror to the fans. I mean, when I seen Majin Vegeta sacrifice himself, and then you remember when he turned to ash and then he fell and his body broke in half, I was like, fuck, that's heavy.
And then the very next episode, you see Majin Buu collect himself like the big fat piece of bubblegum shit that he is.
Mm-hmm.
And Vegeta's sacrifice was in vain. And you have to.
One of the biggest things I hated about the Majin Buu arc. No matter how many times they quote unquote killed him, he always came back. Always came back. Always came back. It's kind of like, this is annoying. Either make it end and stop subverting our expectations, or make his death mean something.
When Majin Vegeta,
his death did mean something, though. I think it really
final
did.
death, but he got resurrected anyways.
When Majin Vegeta blew up that crowd at the World Tournament.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
And then Supreme Kai got in the way, and Goku did that look at him like Gohan did against Cell with his hands.
Like, if you fucking get in the way, I'm gonna fucking blow you up.
Dude, I have never in my life.
Yeah, that was
like, Goku, this ain't you. What the fuck are you doing? Like, I was like,
he knew that was not he knew that was not the true Vegeta. So Goku did what Goku had to do, which I don't agree with it. But then again, the Prince of all Saiyans is always going to have his Saiyan pride, and pride comes first with him. That is why he was able to be controlled, but not 100% controlled.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Somebody dropped.
Looks like Cliff dropped out. He tried sharing a page there, and then
trying
he
to share
out there,
something and kicked himself out.
But there's no other impact to me. There's no other impactful scene in the entire series than when Gohan goes SS2 for the first time.
That's. I mean, that one's got to be the when Android 16 says, "Gohan, it's okay, let it go," and then Cell stomps him into oblivion and erases him from this planet, and then Gohan just that red line crosses the fucking screen,
Holy shit!
and you just see him. I'm like, and
It's kind of
like I said,
terrifying.
it is fucking very terrifying because when you push a man past his point where he has no choice but to fight back, expect no mercy.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not saying this. This is my own opinion and my own way of thinking. That is why Gohan was crying, because he had no choice but to show no mercy. He did not want to fight. He knew he was better. He knew he could overtake things.
Oh yeah.
He knew he could end that fight without having to kill anybody. But as soon as Cell crossed that line, Gohan was like, all right, I'm not going to like what I have to do
for this,
but I'm going to have to do what I got to do. And that, I think that is why Gohan was crying those tears. And that is why I will say this. Those are the manliest tears I have ever seen anyone cry.
Oh yeah.
Because because Gohan knew he transformed in Super Saiyan 2 before that and said, I'm better than you. We don't need to do this. We don't need to do this. But then he got cocky, which is where that Saiyan pride kind of came in.
Yeah.
But goddamn, I mean, that's like it is such a fucking close call between the fight between Super Saiyan 2 Gohan and Vegeta sacrificing himself to save his son. I mean, those two moments are ingrained in my fucking brain.
I would have to go Vegeta's sacrifice because that was the first time he actually acknowledged Trunks as his son. Like truly, because for the most part,
that is,
yeah,
he just called him boy and a training target, and
yeah. Well, he also realized Trunks was basically a one-night stand kid.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man. Oh man.
Yeah, Bulma liked it. She probably instigated it. That whore.
True.
No, I'm just kidding. I love Bulma. Bulma's awesome.
Wink, wink.
Yeah.
I totally do not. I totally have not watched any kind of Rule 34 anything. Allegedly. Allegedly.
No, I'm gonna say I haven't. No.
Actually, no. I've never been on Rule 34, so I don't know what's on there, and I quite frankly don't care. I have a good idea what's on there, but it's not for me. No thanks.
Nope. Definitely never looked at anything like that. Nope.
Where's that John Leguizamo clip? Lies.
I've definitely never been to Pop's Gilded and seen the butts and ass memes that you guys post.
No,
you
of
can
course
blame
not.
Cliff
No,
for that.
All I know is I am the reason why therapists are earning their paychecks.
Sweet. If any of them, Android 21.
Oh yeah.
Allegedly.
21. I don't think I've gotten that far. I've only finished up to Z.
21 is the wife of Dr. Giro, and she actually converted herself into being a Majin being.
Oh,
if
there are Majin beings now.
Yeah,
like Majin Buu wasn't bad enough.
There's a lore behind the Majin beings.
Oh no.
And it's quite fascinating.
swear to God, if anybody tells me that that's not a full-grown adult android woman, because there is technically some lore. Never mind.
You
Yeah.
you don't want to know there. Allah, you don't want to know.
Because I'm telling you right now, Android 21 is literally a full-grown adult-bodied woman. Don't tell me anything different. Damn it.
Well,
Damn it.
if you played Dragon Ball Kakarot long enough to the point you get to a certain point in the story, the costumized Android 21 shows up. She doesn't have a name. She has, I believe it's some kind of like assistant name. But if you played Dragon Ball Fighter Z or Fighters or whatever, and you played through the whole story, you'll recognize her. You'll recognize her.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's.
I already know all about the lore behind her, and I am not accepting it.
It's pretty bad, isn't it?
I refuse to acknowledge it.
It's pretty fucked up, isn't it?
My eyes tell me something completely different. All I'm going to say.
Your eyes tell you no, but your body's telling you yes. Okay, I'm done. Sorry. I apologize for that. That was terrible. Terrible.
Look at Android 21 and never mind. Never mind.
Well, there's one place you can look at her.
Oh yeah?
I thought he said he didn't want to go there.
Yeah, check out the Gilded. That's all I gotta say.
Oh no.
God. Oh no.
Okay.
Anyways,
I just love how at one point I was just spamming the butts and memes, and then Blake just makes a whole section for it.
Makes a whole category.
Makes a hell, and I've basically taken that over.
Oh,
I actually think that was Crusader Nate that
I think it might have been Nate that did that actually.
I'm pretty sure it was definitely Nate there. But, I mean, this point right here, this is also a pretty iconic iconic point too.
Oh, this is where Raditz shows up.
Yeah, this is right. This is the right after Raditz kidnaps Gohan, and then the first battle ensues. Goku gets the shit kicked out of him, and then Gohan channels his inner power and absolutely destroys Raditz.
The original Super Saiyan 3.
Imagine
did you
Raditz.
say it was little Gohan who. I thought it was little Gohan who beat him.
No, little Gohan is the one that destroys Raditz's armor and weakens him to the point where Piccolo and Goku can trap him into the special beam cannon that ends up killing him.
All right.
Okay, pop quiz.
Uh-oh.
In the actual fight against Goku and Vegeta, their first full-on fight against each other, who beats whom?
Vegeta beats Goku.
That's the way I remember it, because they have to. Well, it's like the theme.
They've
got to get their asses kicked, rest and regroup, and then they go back out or get a new ability.
When Vegeta went full Saiyan Ape with his burst open and mix technique, He crushed Goku like a fucking bug. Everything was over until Yajirobe, who has a very, very little energy presence that can be sensed or located on a scouter, cut off Vegeta's tail.
Mm-hmm.
And then Gohan woke up. They found when Vegeta pulled off Gohan's tail the first time, it grew back. Gohan looked up, saw the burst open and mix that Vegeta did. And then Vegeta was like, oh, I got to take care of this real quick. Well, Gohan was up in the air. Vegeta threw a Destructo disc, well, quote unquote Destructo disc. It really wasn't. Cut off Gohan's tail, and Gohan crushed Vegeta before he finally transformed back into a human. And that's when Vegeta was actually defeated. So technically, Gohan defeated Vegeta.
Yeah. With an assist by Yajirobe.
Yeah.
Trust me, there's small, stupid little instances of Dragon Ball lore that I know that a lot of people don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And it's kind of fucking scary. Like technically, how many people have adult Goku killed?
Oh shit.
I think he's only killed like 2 people in actual canon.
Can you name those people?
Oh God. No, I can't remember for the life of me.
I'll give you a hint. One of them is a very major character.
Well, that doesn't narrow it down too much. It's got like 20 major characters in this show.
True.
Major, very major character. And I will give you this hint again. Both of the people that adult Goku has killed are in the same arc.
No, I can't remember. I just remember it's 2. So you got me on that, Jimmy.
Is it Frieza? One of them?
Nope, he did not kill Frieza.
You didn't actually kill him.
Was it early, like Dragon Ball?
Nope,
early?
It's late.
Yeah, technically Frieza killed himself. Throwing that
Frieza.
He killed Kid Buu.
That's one of them.
Yeah,
and then also Trunks killed his resurrected self, or not his reresurrected, his healed self, when his dad repaired him from one cell.
Cyborg. But that's not who I'm talking about. I'm talking about Goku. You guys got one of them, and I'm telling you, the other one is in the same exact arc. He's a forgettable character.
Yeah. What is that big giant green dude that he fought when they were fighting Deborah?
Yeah, you're getting close.
What is that guy's name? He swallows light or energy.
Yep. What's his name, Outlaw? What's his name?
I forget his name.
Oh, damn.
Oh, what is that guy?
He really is forgettable.
My buddy had an action figure of him where the claws could extend out of his arms. And what was that dude's name? Shit. What is that dude's name?
I don't know. I might have to use Google.
I'm using it right now. I just
You don't need to use Google because I know his name.
Dr. Google.
It was Yakon.
Yeah. Okay.
What?
Yakon. Yakkon. Yakkon.
Yeah, he fought him when they were going down.
When they were going through the ship of Babidi.
Yeah.
And it was right after Vegeta beat the living shit out of Pui.
Yep.
Yakon was the next level, and he was the demon you fight in the dark. And I am getting my fucking ass handed to me by Raditz right now. Fuck, calm down there, goddammit.
That's right.
Yeah, and so Goku defeated him by
Oh, I
what was
fucking
it?
got my ass.
Giving him too
He
much
just-
energy. He couldn't
Yeah, he
handle
just
it.
Yeah,
overloaded them, really.
Yeah, he just powered up to Super Saiyan 1, and then Yakon absorbed all of that light energy. So he's like, oh, okay, well, here's Super Saiyan 2. And he just kept going and going and going and going. And if Yakon would have not stopped sucking the energy of Super Saiyan 2, Vegeta would have known. Well, actually, I think, again, me spouting my headcanon, Goku killing Yakon made Vegeta realize there is a level beyond Super Saiyan 2 because Vegeta could reach Super Saiyan 2 at that point in time.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
true. Yeah, that's true.
And Vegeta was very, very upset with Goku for not going full power in their fight.
during their fight.
Yep.
Yeah, because
Mhm.
Goku held back. And that's what made him like really just utterly pissed off.
That's what made him knock Goku out and then go to Majin Buu and try to kill him.
Yep.
To not very much success. All right, Raditz, fucker, kicking your ass this time, you little bastard. God, I hate you.
Because Goku held back for a number of reasons. One of them was he knew that Vegeta was probably the Earth's best chance at defeating Buu at that time because he only had one day to live coming back for 24 hours. And killing Vegeta would have been pointless anyway. And he wasn't going to kill Vegeta regardless, but you know. That show's pretty in depth when you actually break it down.
God damn. Yeah.
I don't know. I will say another one of my favorite or most iconic moments. And a lot of people aren't going to like this one, but when Hercule finally said to Majin Buu, killing is bad. You really need to stop it. And Majin Buu said, okay, no more killing. And then the puppy was killed by those dipshits.
That was a
and then the split between the Boos happened. That also is
Evil Boo came out.
That was another terrifying moment in the series because you're like, what the fuck did I just watch? The big bad guy of the arc just split himself in half into two different people. And then he reabsorbed himself and turned into something entirely different. That whole arc was a mind fuck too.
Well, that whole arc was more about Akira Toriyama trying to show off his comedy side, because there's a lot of funny fucking instances in that arc.
Oh yeah,
it's way more funny than the Cell Saga, because the Cell Saga was way serious.
True. Kill him! And then he flips Goku off.
Gosh,
that was funny as fuck.
No, the beginning of the Buu saga was just creepy as all get out, where he's like kidnapping people, and then he builds an entire house out of them.
Yeah.
Like I said, the Majin Buu arc was extremely. It was dark. The part where Super Buu goes to Kami's lookout and turns all of them into candy.
Yep. And then after that, he after that, Piccolo says there's still people on Earth.
Then he turned
Boo's like,
into
how many? Then, well, that and then Boo is like, how many people were left? And Piccolo or I think it was Dende that said there's only a certain amount of people left, and then Boo just raises his hand up, and 2 seconds later, there's no more people left on planet.
Yeah, that was dark. And then he turned Chi-Chi into an egg and then stomped on her. That was even darker.
And then what was funny though was the aftermath of that because you had Chi-Chi and what's her name? Gohan's girlfriend at the time.
Oh, Videl.
Videl. And they're both ghosts, and they're somehow in supreme the Grand Kai's realm.
Yeah.
No, they were.
And then Deborah just
And
shows up out of
Deborah,
nowhere.
Yeah, that was funny.
That
was
was just
funny.
like everyone's like, "Oh, he's a demon! Like, what the hell is he doing here?" And it's like, "Oh yeah, I'm no longer on some Majin control or something like that." So he's actually a good guy. He's just a demon because that's his race. But he's actually just
Well,
Ain't that bad of a dude.
yeah.
Exactly. He's technically the Demon King.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, he was a good character. What a lot of wasted potential with that guy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I mean, Deborah was it's criminal. It's criminal. And then he got turned into a giant. That was the saga that really
I'll be right back.
I was like, this dude can turn people into candy and shit. That's terrifying, but it's also kind of cool at the same time.
Yeah.
Boo turn you into cookie and Boo eat you all.
Yeah, it's like what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so well, I'll ask this question when Sean gets back because this one's this is a thinker question. I like these questions. So we all know that Majin Buu, pardon me.
Mm-hmm.
His pure evil form is Kid Buu.
Yeah.
And then he has the Super Buu and his absorptions and whatnot. But Fat Buu, I think Sean, I'm confident Sean still has his headphones on, but which directional Kai did Majin Buu absorb to become the fat Majin Buu that was so recognizable in the first version of Majin Buu that we saw? Outlaw?
Let's see, I'm drawing a blank here. Yeah, I don't right offhand remember.
I think I might know it.
Jackal, what's your answer?
It better not be the Western Kai.
Nope.
No?
Nope.
It's a trick question, Jimmy.
Is it?
It is. It's the Grand Supreme Kai that he absorbed.
No, it isn't. No, it isn't.
Mm-hmm.
He killed the Grand Supreme Kai.
Yeah, and he absorbed him.
About the
That's
short purple one with the white hair?
No, that is the Grand Supreme Kai of New. He was a directional Supreme Kai when Majin Buu did what he did. I'm talking about the directional Supreme Kai that Majin Buu absorbed in order to become Fat Buu. Which Supreme Kai was it?
Yeah. What was that guy's name?
I'll give you a hint. He was fat and jolly.
No. King Kai? Seriously? Who was the North Kai?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
And we're talking when the Supreme Kai, not the Grand Supreme Kai, because the Grand Supreme Kai is the old fuck that looks like a biker dude. That's the Grand Supreme Kai. The Supreme Kai is quote unquote Shen during the tournament arc and during the Majin Buu arc. But Shen was also a Supreme Kai, a directional one. I believe he was the East Kai at the time. Can't remember. That specific eludes me, but I'm still asking you guys. You guys have only answered two directions. There's only two other directions. There's only one correct answer.
Is it the Southern Kai?
Bingo.
Wait a minute. You talk about that dude that he looked like he was kind of like Chinese a little bit, like a Buddha.
No. I'm not talking about the present day Supreme Kais. I'm talking about back when Majin Buu was resurrected by Bibbidi, not Bobbidi, and then caused all sorts of hell.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know.
It was
He wore a blue. It was like a blue tunic, and he had an orange sash.
And he was a fat fuck.
He was a fat fuck, and his eyes
Yeah,
were
I remember
always
that.
closed.
It was the Southern Supreme Kai. And that is how we got Fat Majin Buu.
Yeah, because if you look at the Southern Supreme Kai and you look at Fat Buu, they have the exact same body type. Exact same.
Like I said, Southern.
I'm gonna eat you up.
Oh, here's another question. I actually just went through this in my gameplay. What power level did Raditz read when Gohan went berserk?
Oh shit!
Was it over 9,000?
No. I'll give you a hint. It was just under the power of Piccolo's special beam cannon.
Yeah, see, I don't know these kind of things.
See, this is the autistic mindset of my mind when it comes to like Dragon Ball Z and stupid random shit. But yeah, what was the power level of Gohan when he decided to go berserk and break Raditz's armor because he was hurting Goku?
I don't remember. I just know that Gohan has like I don't know if it's a secret power or he's got some sort of reserve that he can tap into.
It's the hybrid DNA of him being a human and a Saiyan.
Okay.
That is how Gohan was able to be the first one to go Super Saiyan 2, because he has untapped potential. But Outlaw.
Yes, sir.
What was Gohan's power level reading when he broke Raditz's armor?
Oh goodness. Let me think back here. I want to say 5,000.
No.
I don't think it.
Way too high. Way too high.
Yeah.
Remember, Raditz only has a power level of 1,200.
Oh dear God.
Okay. That's him full power, because that's exactly what the Cybermen's power level is 1,200.
And they struggled that hard.
They didn't struggle because they got cocky. Like Yamcha, for instance.
1,300.
Well, Yamcha is always cocky, and he pays for it in his life or personal injury.
You are correct. You are correct on answering that, Cliff, and I guarantee you Googled it.
I did. I don't care.
Yep, because Raditz's power level was at 1,200.
Yeah.
Raditz has a base power level of, a max power level of 1,200, and Gohan actually, with his rage, which he actually tapped into to achieve his beast mode in the Dragon Ball Superheroes movies. That is how he attained his beast mode. In my opinion. I would think so, but it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Now, let me see. What other kind of weird little trivia do I know? Oh, here's one. What was the very first fusion technique in Dragon Ball Z?
Oh goodness.
Outlaw.
Are we talking the dance, or are we talking the? Well, I
Any-
won't spoil
Well-
it any further than that.
What was the very first fusion in Dragon Ball Z? Starting with Outlaw.
Oh goodness. I cannot right offhand remember.
Sean, I'm pretty sure you know it.
Are we talking about very first instance or the first technique?
The first instance.
Chronologically or in their lore?
Chronologically.
Oh. I want to say it was Go Trunks,
No.
but I do remember the first one, like, mentioned the story that's thousands of years old is one of the former Supreme Kais and a witch.
Okay. Let me rephrase
I'm talking
this.
about history.
Oh, okay,
at that
okay,
point.
that's okay.
Not
Yeah,
first
I
instance
can.
and broadcast.
The first instance that we know of as fans, the very first instance of fusion us fans were introduced to. That should clear up that question. Outlaw, can
Right.
if me rewording that question, can that help you out with your answer?
Oh, now I remember, but I'm gonna let
Let's
Outlaw try.
see, we had Goku and Vegeta. We had Trunks and Goten. We had the two Kais that fused accidentally.
See, he's thinking too deep in it. He's thinking way too deep in it.
Oh, yeah. I'm gonna say I don't know.
Okay, Sean, I think you know it. So can you tell me yes or no if you know the first instance the fans of Dragon Ball Z learned of fusion?
I don't know, because I thought Outlaw was right when it was the current Supreme Kai and his minion pieced together with the earrings, and
Nope.
that's when they found out that it's like, oh, this is irreversible.
It was not Kibito Kai. No, it was not. Cliff, do you know the first instance of some sort of fusion that happened in Dragon Ball Z?
Are you talking chronologically or are you talking production as in the show?
Talking production as in the show. When us as the fans first learned of it. I'm not talking about the history of it or anything like that, not the past. I'm talking about how us fans first learned about a fusion technique.
If I remember correctly, it wasn't because of the earrings, actually. That was just a shortcut. It was the fusion of Trunks and Goten and the Gotenks.
Incorrect.
Yeah, that's what I
Really?
thought too.
Do you guys remember when Piccolo was wished to Namek by the Dragon Balls?
That is cheap. All right.
Oh,
No, it's
geez.
not. No, it's not. It's
okay. Let me correct you.
That's almost a trick question.
Let me correct you. It's not when he was wished to Namek. It was before that.
no,
It was
wasn't.
why he had to go to Namek. It was when he and Kami had to refuse together.
No. Because
Uh,
Kami.
Yeah, because he fused with another
No.
Namekian.
Hang on.
He fused with Nail.
Piccolo. Piccolo was wished to life because he was on Kami's planet, because Dende Gohan and Krillin got the Dragon Balls. The first wish was to wish Piccolo back to life. Therefore, that brought Kami back to life, so the Dragon Balls on Earth were restored. The second wish was to wish Piccolo to the planet Namek. Piccolo then started, he just got dropped onto Namek somewhere randomly. And Purunga said, "Oh, well, you didn't specify the location, but he is here. I guarantee it." So Piccolo started flying. Who did Piccolo find?
No.
Nail.
No.
And Nail's last dying wish was for him to fuse with Piccolo. So no, that is not a trick question.
It's still a dirty
It's
one.
not what we thought it was
I
going
know,
to
it's
be.
still.
Is it a dirty question?
I guess.
Kinda.
Okay. I guess because we were all thinking the fusion dance or the earrings. So, all right, fine.
But
Yeah.
Namekians do have the ability to fuse with one another when their energies can collide and one can transfer their energy to the other. And Piccolo absolutely beat the brakes off of first form Frieza with just him and Nail. That is why Frieza had to transform in his bigger form. And then that's when he stabbed Krillin, threw him in the ocean. Dende found him, healed him. And that's when Gohan beat the bricks off of Frieza. And actually, Krillin cut off Frieza's tail while he was in his second form, if I'm not mistaken.
Which actually, that
Trust
form
me, I
of
know.
Frieza was technically the best looking one with the devil horns.
Yeah, that would be second form Frieza.
That was actually the most menacing looking one.
I would say third form, but then again, third form was more just butt fuck ugly.
Third form didn't really make sense, honestly.
Third form, I would say he was more. I guess I really can't really say much about third form Frieza because it is kind of a.
It makes no sense, actually.
It's a forgettable form. You know, I mean, you look at Frieza, he's pretty intimidating. He's fucking flying around in his little hover car, and he can blow up a planet with a finger. That's pretty fucking intimidating. But then you throw on 7 feet and 400 pounds of solid muscle to that frame. That's pretty fucking intimidating. But then again, you have, let's see, Gohan was 4 years old when Raditz kidnapped him, and and Piccolo trained him. Well, 6 months off, 6 months on with training with Piccolo. So Gohan was 6 years old during the Saiyan saga, I want to say.
I don't know.
Because Gohan was 4 years old when Dragon Ball Z started. Because it was 5 years after the World Tournament where Goku defeated Piccolo. So Gohan would technically be 4 years old.
Yeah.
So I would say Gohan would be close to 6 years old.
Well, the other part too about Frieza is like those are the forms he took based on how he fought, but he also never trained. It was explained in later on in one of the movies. His power was inborn, so he never trained his entire life.
There was no need for Frieza to train.
Exactly. And then
that is why I would be afraid of Frieza, but I would be afraid of King Cold too. But
true.
Jesus fucking Christ. But
yeah,
then again,
wasn't Frieza modified by his dad to be the way he was?
Yeah, they had him rebuilt after Planet Namek exploded.
Well,
no, I thought like as he was born or in utero, Frieza was like a science experiment to create an all-powerful being.
Oh, I don't.
That one I can't remember. I don't remember anything of the sort being mentioned.
Come on, Lore Master, you don't know that?
I know a lot. I don't know. I know a lot, but I don't know everything. Damn it.
Bardock.
But let's see. Oh, here's another question. Random question. How long is Snake Way?
Oh God.
Ooh.
Oh Jesus.
Long enough to take
Long.
Goku a year to get to King Kai's planet. And I know somebody's broken down the math of it. I just don't care for it.
Okay, let me
Yeah.
let me rephrase the question. Other than Goku and the other Z fighters that made it to King Kai's planet, who is the only other person to make it to King Kai's planet?
Ooh.
Well, aren't there others? Because didn't Vegeta go and Krillin
No.
and Yamcha?
Vegeta did not get the opportunity to go to King Kai's planet.
All right. I know Yamcha and Krillin were there.
That
Oh,
is
yeah.
correct.
Everybody that got killed by the Saiyans, yes.
The answer is obvious, gentlemen. The answer is obvious. Which other being has made it to the planet of King Kai?
Oh, King Kai himself.
Well, King Kai himself, yeah.
No.
Bubbles. Bubbles the monkey. I don't know.
I mean, okay.
Do-
Let's run
do
down the
you- do
list.
you-
Let's run. Yeah, Goku showed up first. Then he had.
No. Yes,
I mean, well,
Goku was
he
there, but he wasn't the first.
And then he got. Okay, King Kai's already there. You got Piccolo, Yamcha, Tien Shinhan, Chaozu, because they all got killed by the Saiyans.
And
Oh,
they
yeah.
all beat Goku's time because Goku accidentally fell asleep on the back of a street sweeper and fell into hell and tried to and had to do the trials and tribulations of that and ended up back at a certain someone's desk and had to start over.
You're King Yema.
There you go. There's the answer. King
Oh,
Yama was the
God.
first person to reach King Kai's planet.
Okay.
Wow.
I'm telling. I said the answer was obvious. I'm literally at the check-in station in the game. Come on, guys.
God.
Sneaky,
It's made of
sneaky.
It's made of mahogany.
Let's see. Okay. This question I don't think is canon, but it does apply in the video games. Which other character or which other Z fighter has had the ability to master the Kaioken other than Goku?
Z Fighter?
Z fighter. Yep.
Ooh.
Who is the only other Z fighter according to the video games? You will only know this if you play the video games. So this may or may not be a canon question. Who is the only other human fighter? I'm giving you a hint there. To master the Kaioken.
Krillin.
What I was about to say, what is the Kaioken to be specific?
The Kaioken is the technique that Goku learns on King Kai's planet for the Saiyan saga.
That's not Spirit Bomb, is it?
It's technically the
that is one technique that he does learn, but Kaioken basically boosts your speed and power to sacrifice your stamina. And if you were in Kaioken for too long or boost the power for too long, your body will suffer.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
I can't
The
recall.
only way I can think of is Krillin.
I don't think he learned it though.
Technically, for the manga and show side, no, Krillin did not.
But
But
you're saying for the games, though.
But in Xenoverse 2, there is a preset of Krillin that does have Kaioken. And I really honestly do believe he would be the only other person to be able to learn the Kaioken technique. I mean, Tien
He's
is
the only other one who trains as hard as Goku does.
well, Tien is up there. Tien is up there.
He's up there, but I don't know if Tien actually overpowers Krillin when it comes, because Krillin's got like a well, he's just pure human, no special power, no
Krillin had his
abnormality that gives him an advantage.
Yes, he does.
Oh, okay.
He had his potential unlocked by Guru on Namek.
Oh shit, that's right.
I don't feel any different. It wasn't much.
But I will say this: Krillin's speed while flying was increased substantially.
No.
Oh man, the abridged series was freaking awesome.
God, that series is so funny.
Here's another question that applies to the story arc that I'm in right now. What food does Piccolo throw to Gohan because Gohan cannot fend for himself?
Some sort of fruit.
Outlaw?
Oh, geez, I don't right offhand remember. I have nothing. Sadly.
Nothing. All right. Sean?
It's some sort of fruit. I just don't remember what the name of it is.
Okay. Cliff?
It was like berries or something like that. I think it's what it was.
You guys are close with thinking with it being fruit. It was 2 apples.
Oh.
Two bitter tasting apples. Trust me, there's a lot of autistic Dragon Ball Z stuff going in through my mind right now.
Nerd.
Nerd.
Let's see.
Or I like the parts where what's his name's in Piccolo's head all the time. So,
Kami.
You do. Yeah, he's like,
Kami
like,
Nail.
oh, what are you doing here all day? You better rearrange your brain.
Yep.
Don't you do it.
God.
Roxy,
That's
what
such
do
a
you
lame-
want?
That's such a lame name for an attack. L-zone grenade? Nah, sounds too lame.
God.
Oh, okay. Here's
Oh,
one.
that's what I loved about
What?
the Deadpool game. The two voices in his head, along with his.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. That
Yeah.
was freaking awesome.
Oh man.
What is the most iconic move that Gohan uses after his training with Piccolo?
That's a good question.
Oh. After his training with Piccolo.
After his training with Piccolo. And he uses it very much into the future because of the training with Piccolo.
Not solar flare.
Nope.
It's like somebody's getting beat.
Gohan's about to get eaten.
Nope. That was actually going to be one of my questions of how does Gohan get stranded on top of the cliff? But that explains it right there. But I guarantee you Gohan's power level reached at least 1100 when he did that.
Yeah.
At least. Because that was a survival mechanic technique. But again, going back to the question, what was the iconic move that Gohan learned from the training from Piccolo?
Oh man, well, it sure as hell wasn't clothes beam.
No, and no, it's not special beam cannon.
No, it wasn't.
Why?
I know it wasn't that one.
Flight?
Nope.
All right.
Dodge.
Nope.
Little Gohan couldn't dodge anything.
I know.
Shit.
Let me see here.
It's been a long time and about 500 episodes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, really.
And I've only been watching the series or the franchise for a year, maybe a year.
God.
Add that there.
I don't remember.
Give you a hint. It's 3 syllables. Starts with an M.
Masenko?
Masenko hot. Yeah.
There you go.
Oh,
there you go.
Okay, yeah. I forgot about that.
Yep. That actually was I wouldn't say one of Gohan's special super moves, but it was one of his more iconic ones in the later series, especially after his training with Piccolo. Trying to think here, because I really do want to give a tribute to Akira Toriyama with this stream and whatnot, and I hope I'm doing it to the best of my abilities. And hanging out with you guys and doing trivia, talking about the lore with Mando and whatnot. Oh, it looks like
it sounds like you convinced Mando to give it another try.
I mean, I really do want to, because I really want him to. I mean, it's not just the nostalgia figure and whatnot, but it's the story lineage. Because it's I've watched a couple animes.
Didn't this also help Japan with its youth to start being doing more exercise? Because they're seeing
it actually helped out a lot of people. You got to realize when this came to the West in the 90s, and then when it actually made its resurgence in the 2000s when they did the re-release of the entire series, it started an entire movement of guys going back to the gym.
Yeah, that's what I remember.
Yep.
Especially in Japan, where obesity is actually a crime.
Yeah, well, I mean, look at some of the guys in the community that talk about it, like Frost or, Father Saunders. They talk about working out to the music of that series all the time.
Oh, yeah.
Bruce Faulkner just had that kind of impact, man. I mean, when it comes to people like Mando learning it for the first time, I mean, you know how rare that is for somebody in this day and age not to know what Dragon Ball Z is?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, a lot of people have heard of it. The majority of the world has heard of it, but invested time into the series, the games, or in media outside of memes. That's very few, I think, globally, because I think everybody understands that, okay, Dragon Ball Z is this really, it's an older anime. Not a lot of people are really interested in it, but everybody knows the memes or knows a bit of history because they can't walk away from it.
Yep, it's literally a part of the culture. I don't think there's a time of the day where you can go without hearing at least some kind of Dragon Ball Z reference.
Jimmy,
Yes, sir.
if you check your Gilded DM, I sent you probably the best way to end the stream once you get to it.
Oh my god. Oh, bro, right in the feels.
I know, but
right in the fucking feels, man.
I know, man, but this just my opinion. I think it'd be a good way to cap it off. All right, man.
Yep.
Just
Yep.
when we get to that point.
We're definitely going to get to that point. I mean,
okay.
I love sitting here talking about the lore and quizzing you guys, playing the game, and I'm on cloud 9 right now. But then again, you also have to remember the man that created so many influential things is no longer with us. And
he's left one hell of a legacy that's gonna last far longer than him.
Oh yeah.
It's I don't know what the future is going to hold for this franchise that has been successful for over 35 years.
Just as long as the woke don't get a hold of it.
His legacy spans more than 45 years. It's not just about Dragon Ball. It's not about Dragon Ball Z or anything like that. His first manga was Dr. Slump. And Dr. Sinatra, or Mr. Sinatra, I should say, made it. I think it was an Instagram post or a tweet or something like that. Giving his, paying his respects to Akira Toriyama and whatnot. And I mentioned that the game developers of Bandai Namco or whoever, I can't remember who runs the show with the Dragon Ball games and whatnot. If there isn't a patch or an update where a shrine is just placed randomly on the map here in Dragon Ball Kakarot, or if you played the Xenoverse games, when you load in, there's a big old hologram that there's a big old pedestal where there's a hologram and whatnot, and it shows if you're in a public lobby, it says, oh, here's the person with the most points. If Kakarot doesn't get a hidden Akira Toriyama shrine, or if Xenoverse does not put an Akira Toriyama inspired character as the hologram, or what I would think would be even better, put Dr. Slump as the hologram permanently in that hologram. I don't care how many points you got. I don't care. We need some way to send our appreciation to the man that has built a legacy, that has built a dynasty. He has had, from my knowledge, no words of ill content against anyone other than his editors, because his editors were kind of assholes and all this and that, but it is what it is. But there really does need to be some way in the modern games of the Dragon Ball universe to show, even if it's just a hidden Easter egg, just put it away, let people find it, so that if people know where it's at, they can pay their respects.
Mm-hmm.
That is one thing I would really like to see. Like just a random spot here on the map on Kakarot. Just like the bamboo.
This is like a PS3 era game, though, isn't it?
No, this is PS4.
Okay.
It can be done.
It can be done, and it should be done, and it needs to be done.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I will literally write a physical letter to Bandai Namco saying, if you fuckers don't put a hidden shrine that says, in respects to the man that built this franchise, Akira Toriyama,
Mm-hmm.
I would be upset, but I wouldn't be pissed. But I would say it needs to be done. It needs to be done. Something in some way needs to be, so that people that play the games, they know that Akira Toriyama will always be here and be somewhere.
Well,
and
yeah, I think
Dude,
what okay,
good.
if you had to envision what the shrine would be, what would yours be, Jimmy?
Just something simple.
Okay.
Something simple, just a small, tiny little stone shrine of I forgive me because I don't know Japanese culture and whatnot, but a little stone pagoda or pagoda, whatever they're called, just a small shrine right there, and it says AT, we love you, or all I would want to see is just something that's a small little imprint for a man that has made such an impact on not only Japanese culture, the mangas, the animes, but Western cultures.
Mm-hmm.
I watched a few thank you videos, and I'm in agreement with them. Anime and manga would not be where it's at without Akira Toriyama. He was the one that bridged the gap, that was able to bridge the gap with his content, with his creations, to say, hey, you know what? Oh, I don't care what race, color, creed, religion, or whatever you are. Did you see the latest Dragon Ball Z episode? Did you see the latest Dragon Ball episode? And
Well, Jimmy, that's kind of what I was alluding to when I first came on. I mean, a lot of people in this culture do not realize how significant the impact of anime was in the West in the late 90s and early 2000s. It actually brought a lot of people together in school, like you're saying, different races of people.
Yeah,
Hell, guys and girls came together. Like, we all nerded out. It was something that we shared in common with people that brought a lot of people together, and I mean, even today, I see people all the time making anime cars, like real cars, painting Goku or Vegeta on like an RX-7 or Honda Civic. I mean, this man's legacy has been felt in the West. It's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
it brought people together in school. You know, when you met that kid that was real weird, but he would draw Piccolo in class, and you're like, "Hey, I watched that," and then you guys formed a bond over it.
Yep.
Well, it was relatable.
Yeah,
The whole story was, I won't say it's nothing more than, because it's a lot more than that, but a lot of it is a lot of it's telling stories of things we aspire to be. And we're
Yeah.
seeing people as characters go through those journeys over and over and over again, constantly tested, constantly improving. Somebody we can identify with that we would like to take attributes from them and implement them in our lives. And some did, like what I was talking about with the what should we call it? The physical fitness boom that it caused.
Mm-hmm.
you know, it was probably, anime was so revolutionary. It probably had an impact in the Western world that you'll probably never see again on that magnitude, because before that, over here in the West, we just had Tom and Jerry, or Bugs Bunny or Yogi Bear. Kids were watching Captain Planet, for fuck's sakes, and then here comes a show about aliens fighting one another with energy beams and flying, and it's like, whoa, what is this, dude?
And when the first actual energy beam struggle happened, when Goku busted out the Kaioken times 4 against Vegeta's earth-shattering Gallic gun,
Mhm.
I mean, I really don't know more of a defining and iconic moment that cemented a legacy other than that.
When he went Super Saiyan for the first time, I don't think I've ever watched a cartoon up to that point, being a kid, where something gave me chills quite like that.
Yep.
Anime come over here in the West and just completely, overhauled what a cartoon could be, man, for a kid.
Oh
And
yeah, because we only had a couple of examples or a couple of artistic theme examples.
this was our Superman for our generation.
Mm-hmm.
This was our Batman. This was our Spider-Man. This was a hero to so many kids growing up. Goku and Vegeta was heroes, man.
Mm-hmm. So
And then,
oh, sorry. Keep going, Outlaw.
oh no, I was just gonna say, and then I'll shut up. And then they hit us with Gundams, flying robots that fight each other. Are you kidding me? And then,
That's a
for the
whole other stream.
yeah, and then for the pervy people, then they brought in Sailor. Never mind. That's a whole nother topic.
I think that one I'll deliberately avoid.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one's very taboo.
But
Yeah.
so back to my question though for you guys, Outlaw.
Yes, sir.
What would be the shrine that you would like to see for Akira Toriyama if they were put it in the game?
Oh man. I don't know. It's kind of a hard one, really. How do you enshrine somebody that came over in the West and just redefined, culture to a degree? Um, like I said, his legacy has been felt outside of the anime community. The car culture has been touched by him. Movies have been touched by him. Music, Um, I don't know. I mean, that's a hard one.
I don't know. Okay. Well, I mean, if you don't have one, that's
Yeah, I don't. I really
That's fine.
don't, because I don't know how you enshrine somebody like that.
yeah. Sean, what about you? Would it be
I would say any that has a traditional Japanese funeral type of, I guess what we would call a headstone.
Hmm.
Because I know sometimes they just use a really nice rock, a nice small boulder. They polish it up and they put their writing on it. Maybe like a small shrine. Like he's
Yeah.
not a god, but maybe you show your appreciation by having what is it, shrine with a totem that either I guess in game you get players go to, maybe get a blessing.
Mm-hmm.
I'm sure in Japan there's probably going to be shrines built in the subsequent weeks in like a little hole in the wall place that people are going to go to.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. See,
Oh,
and
sure.
and that's what I would want to see. It's just something small and simple, but
Yeah.
every time you go to it, you God damn it, you feel something.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I've lost family members. I haven't lost parents yet, but family members, people that are close to me. I mean, it's hurt. And again, I've been around folks that, I don't really know that much. But it's not me that's hurting. It's my childhood that's hurting. It's because I know that's the man that is responsible for my favorite thing in the world is no longer here with us. And his work has made such an impact. No more. Oh, God damn it.
Yeah.
I knew this was gonna get hard for me at once. Phrasing. Phrasing.
It's okay. It's okay,
Well,
man.
I knew this was gonna.
I won't knock you for that one. All right.
You know, Jimmy, it's kind of like for me in the NASCAR world when Dale Earnhardt passed away.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
I wasn't a
remember
fan,
watching-
but I saw the reaction from NASCAR fans.
I remember
when-
watching that race with my dad. Yeah, that
When-
was pretty crazy. But
When I say that I cried, man, as a NASCAR fan, if any of you knew where I was actually from, you'd know why I'm such a NASCAR fan in my area.
bro,
Mhm.
you're right in the heart of fucking race car land. You're right where the short tracks, the local tracks, the go-karts,
It was hard, man. You know, watching Earnhardt Jr. try to continue on a career with his father gone like that. I mean, yeah, I mean, I feel it on a deep level, man.
Yeah, I mean, I heard the news a couple days ago about Akira Toriyama passing away. Like, fuck, man, that really fucking sucks. What happened? And I started doing a little research, and then I got into the tribute videos and the thank you videos on YouTube. And that's when I realized, holy shit, this is the impact that this man has made. Not on just me, not on just this country, but the entire fucking world.
Mhm.
And
Very few men do such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
that is true.
Yeah.
And I think with his passing, I think my childhood can finally eventually quote unquote die. Um I really don't like saying my childhood died with Akira Toriyama,
No, part of it did. That's
but
it.
Yeah.
big chunk did.
Hmm.
God damn it. Fuck, I
Honest,
knew this was going to be hard and I didn't want to get emotional, but god damn it.
it's all good, man. You had a big impact on a lot of our lives. Not just
Well,
you.
That's why I like the meme I think you shared, Cliff, that said, "Women sit down and shut up. We're mourning Akira
this
Toriyama.
is our
International
yeah.
Women's Day is canceled."
I think you guys got.
Oh,
laugh
I've
at
said that a
one.
few times.
Yeah.
I mean,
I saw that and I was like, God damn, bro, that's too true and too harsh, but
Yeah.
fuck it. Oh god damn it.
But I would say if I wanted to see something somewhere, whether it be physical or virtual, and like Sean, you said a small shrine, truth be told,
Mhm.
it would be small shrine in the game, small shrine at Roshi's house with the
Mhm.
4-star Dragon Ball on it.
oh,
I would
Because
say even
that's what started the whole journey. And
I
now
would
Yeah,
he's on his
4-star dragon or Dragon Ball.
see
Mhm.
I would agree with that, but I would change the venue and I would say Grandpa Gohan's house
Either one works.
in the mountains with the 4-star Dragon Ball on top of it.
Because
And
that's what
then
started.
yeah.
yep. And
That's what started the whole journey.
you just go up to it, you hit a button to interact with it, you bow to pay your respects,
Yeah.
and then you leave.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, get a little blessing out of it.
Mm-hmm.
But I really would like to see something like that happen, like a future update. I know video games take forever to fucking update and whatnot, but in Xenoverse 2, if you guys haven't played that, it's pretty much the same thing that what Kakarot is, but you can build your own character, you fight through the storylines and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
There's a gigantic holograph in the middle of Kanton City where it's either your previous character or if you're on a multiplayer character or a multiplayer server, it shows the picture of or the image of the person that's got the most points. That needs to be changed permanently to Dr. Slump, in my opinion.
You know, when and I was a big fan of Supernatural, the show. With Sam and Dean and all those guys on there. You guys know what I'm talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, I had to stop after a while because of you keep going. Otherwise I'll go on a tangent.
I got into that show when it first came out on CW back in 2005, and that show got very personal to me for a long time. And I remember that's probably one of the only shows, like you, Sean, I quit watching for a long time, but when the series finale hit, when they finally said it's a wrap, I ain't gonna lie to you, that whole episode where they were saying their goodbyes and Dean and Sam finally, were done hunting demons for good, that was pretty hard to watch. You know, you're talking about 15 years of watching a show that you started with, and I had to go back and finish the series. But I'm not gonna lie to you, that one hurt because you go on a
Yeah, I
journey.
haven't finished it, but it just got it honestly should have died a long, long time ago.
I agree.
And of course, they were a CW show, so they had to interject modern day politics into it.
Of course.
Hmm.
But I owed it to myself. I said I'm going to watch the finale and finish this series up that we started nearly 15 years ago, and that's what I did. And it was pretty hard to watch, but I don't know, man. It's like a part of me could finally move on. I mean, you know.
Oh, sorry about that, guys. I had a bit of a moment.
All good, man.
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, this one, you never would think that something so bad would hurt over someone that you don't know, they don't know you exist, but their work has made such an impact on your life.
Yeah.
I mean, I know we've rambled and whatnot and talked about a lot of fucking different tangents and whatnot, but we've all come to make sure that we honor the memory of, in my opinion, the most greatest anime storyteller of all time. I mean, fucking hell. I hate playing this section of the game because I plays Gohan, and Gohan is my favorite character, and I know what Gohan becomes. I really
Well,
wish Gohan. Fucking hell, goddamn. I might just
well, Jimmy,
end the stream, man. Goddamn.
you know, I'm not gonna lie to you. Probably one of the only times I've ever cried like that was when Paul Walker passed away. Only because, you know, I enjoyed those movies so much, and I enjoyed, you know, that, you know, I enjoyed growing up and watching those movies. Uh, I got into the car culture because of that set of movies, and I don't know. It's always strange to me how people can mourn somebody you never met. You know, somebody that you've never physically met before can have that kind of impact on someone's life. And yet it does.
Yep. But what, I mean, I'm mourning the loss, but then again, I'm also repressing anger because no matter what happens, no matter who important it is or the impact that they have had on the entire fucking globe, someone, somewhere, some group of fucktards has to shit on the legacy of a legend. Sean, you know exactly who I'm fucking talking about. I wish we don't need to mention them. We don't need to give them attention. But Sean knows who I'm talking about. If you want to know, just look up some videos. You'll find. Just look up Death.
Just look up Sweet Baby Inc. and Kotaku, and you're gonna find exactly out what we're talking about.
Yep. And
they are getting burned down.
they are.
Oh, yeah.
They're getting burned to the ground.
Every single one of
Rightfully
those
so.
people. Every single one of those people is on my beat on site list.
What,
I don't give a
what
fuck.
Rightfully
I don't give a fuck who the fuck you are. If you are associated with any of those fucking people that have thought about saying, "Oh, I need to make this about me," even the most influential anime and manga creator just passed away. I gotta make it about me. I'm going to fucking beat your face in. I may be 6'5" and 165 pounds. I may be a fucking beanpole, but you know what? I can find things that will do things to you. I had to quickly edit myself for that because I just realized I'm still on YouTube. This is only on YouTube, not on Rumble or MGTOW or anything.
What did they say?
A lot of it was about how he depicted
find the videos
certain
yourself.
racial groups.
Find the videos yourself. We're not going to talk about them on this because that is not what we're here about. They are
Fair enough.
They are the herpes scar on the syphilis infested dickweed, donkey dick that has fucked themselves in the ass of the gaming industry. That is my opinion on them. And if I do ever see them, fist will meet face and face will meet curb. Curb will meet the back. Back of the foot will meet the back of your head. Because I am.
Woosah.
It's okay, Jimmy. Yeah, go ahead. Check out the memes real quick.
I saw
that's one that'll make you
I saw
feel a little bit better.
I saw probably 6 or 8 very heartfelt and very ingenuous videos showing support, showing love to Akira Toriyama from multiple backgrounds of people, race, religion, whatever the fuck you want to say. And they all basically said the exact same thing. This man helped bring cultures together with his content.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
mm-hmm.
He did. And I watched the
only people that are fucking hating on him are the ones that have no fucking clue how games, comics, mangas, art, movies, or whatever the fuck works. They just want to say, "Oh, I know what we need to do. We need to turn this fucking character black and gay and in a fucking wheelchair because that's inclusivity." I'm going to say this. You cannot turn Batman into a black, crippled lesbian. It does not fucking work.
Well,
Jimmy?
It's like I've said before, guys. You know, when you're dealing with this type of stuff, the best people for the job are those who are the geeking out culture that loves this stuff. They take it personal. The ones that know how to cosplay correctly,
the ones that are posting appreciation videos on YouTube and live streaming a video game and shedding a tear because we know that the most influential man in Japanese and modern Japanese culture, manga, anime, cartoons, and video games is no longer with us. But we're here He may no longer be with us, but we are still here. And the only thing we can do is appreciate the lineage that he created for us to have to enjoy as children, to come together as people, and to forget about all the bullshit in the world, where we can sit down and talk for hours on end about a 20-minute episode of a cartoon.
You're right.
Yeah.
Yep.
God damn it, God damn it, God damn it. Channeling my inner big angry Phil there.
Nothing wrong with that.
No, I did, man.
No.
I seen it. I seen
Careful,
it with my
careful,
own-
careful, Jimmy. You might, with all the anger, you might just go Super Saiyan. Don't pass out on it. It's okay.
No, I don't plan on going Super Saiyan 3.
Okay.
Bro.
If I could just make
Jimmy going Super Saiyan, that's a scary thought.
if I could just make one hair follicle pop up just for me channeling my inner anger into energy, I would thank Akira Toriyama for that.
Yep.
That's
God
all
damn
right.
it, God damn it, God damn it.
He appreciated every single one of us who, no matter if we like me, I just started getting into it and still have to finish it. And you guys have been there since near the beginning or at the beginning. He appreciates all of you.
It was an experience that I'll never forget as a kid. Getting out of school and couldn't wait to get home to watch Dragon Ball Z with my brothers and my friends. Well, my friends, my brothers were already old enough by that time they were out of the house, but you'd race home, you'd turn on the television when television was still relevant. You'd watch the episode, get hyped up, go outside, talk about what you just saw, and that was it, man. That was it.
Yep. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and stop broadcasting the game here because I think
Alrighty.
I think I've pretty much proved my point. I had my fun playing the game. I love that game. I mean, it is a bit of a grind, but
yeah. A game worth the salt is going to be worth the grind, because if you're grinding and enjoying grinding, I know, phrasing, to get where you want to go in the game in the future, then you've actually made a fairly decent video game. Because most grinding in video games today is a pointless, boring, annoying chore.
Go do this, go do that, go give me a fetch quest, do this, do that. Like, I just want to beat the fuck out of some robots, maybe some Cybermen, maybe a Cell Junior or two.
Even worse, Jimmy, the escort quests with the most annoying NPCs that you have to keep alive.
Oh, God.
Sienna. I saw a meme a while back that says, "You're not bad at Resident Evil 4," or Ashley isn't an annoying NPC in Resident Evil 4. You're just bad at the game.
Oh, God.
And I got to thinking about that. I was like, fucking hell, he's right.
Yeah, you know what? That's also the same logic as Dark Souls is nothing more than a game that has bad game design, but too many players who love the pain.
Yeah. But,
Well,
From Software knew what they were doing.
yep. Of course they
Oh
did.
yeah.
oh yeah.
But I think we're gonna wind it down here, gentlemen. I think I'm
Okay.
spent. I'll admit I got pretty emotional at the end. Still kind of am because it's still hard to process that the man that helped influence your childhood and made a lot of your childhood memories is no longer with us. But we're gonna go to final thoughts here, and we'll start here top to bottom. Mikto Outlaw, your final thoughts tonight, good sir.
Well, like I said, nothing will ever compare to that time period in the 1990s and 2000s when we were kids. And I've said it all throughout the stream, when coming home was what you did. Watch the episodes with your buddies. You went outside, talked about it, went to school, talked about it. You made friends because of that show. And it wasn't just Dragon Ball Z. I mean, like I said, Gundam Wing, Cowboy Bebop, It's one of those rare moments in life where things just come together and it's magic. It's the only way I know how to describe it. And people experience it. And, you miss it when it's gone. Toonami had such an impact on this culture, man. It's the whole reason why I decided to do a nostalgia channel. I still think about it from time to time. What a great time that we lived in when we grew up during that time, man. And he had a huge hand in it. Toriyama had a huge hand in it. Whoever
What
was
he
at
did.
Cartoon Network that made that decision to bring anime to the West, God bless you, whoever you were, man.
Yeah.
Or woman.
Thank you.
Yeah, I was glad to be a part of it. And I reminisce every day about that shit, man.
Yep. Alrighty. Sean, your final thoughts for tonight.
I wasn't here for the first hour, so I don't know if I missed anything important. But the rest of it was
it was a clusterfuck of trying to bring Mando up to speed on Dragon Ball lore, but we were jumping from step 1 to step 10, back to step 2, back to step 8. It was a clusterfuck, but I think we may have interested Mando into taking a look back into the Dragon Ball universe and giving it a second chance.
And I think that's a good thing, because if you can bring somebody in like him, I mean, all we got to do now is just find a way to get Crusader Nate to do it. That's gonna be tough, but
good luck with that.
We might be able to get there, maybe, just maybe.
You have a better chance at finding the Dragon Balls.
You're not wrong. But by the way, where's that Dragon Ball watch? We need a Dragon Ball finder to go bring Akira back.
The creator is gone. The Dragon Balls are gone. We cannot do that.
Ah, shit. That's right.
It's just like when
Fuck. Okay, so we got to go find Planet Namek then.
Pretty much.
Get Musk on the horn. We need to bring back a
Mars is no longer your target. It's Namek.
I might have to make
And
that.
he'd probably say, "You're right."
No, I think he would say not even Purunga could grant that wish, and Purunga has a stronger power than Shenron. I'm just saying.
All right.
But
Anyways,
Cliff,
that'll be my final thoughts.
Cliff, your final thoughts for tonight, good sir.
Akira Toriyama, and all the stories that he was involved in. He showed us that heroes come from humble beginnings, and that anybody with the right kind of discipline and the determination in their lives can be able to achieve feats of great magnitude. He also expanded our imaginations by a lot of his media being brought over to the West. We didn't like what was brought up before is like we didn't know about giant robots fighting or celestial beings like duking, like pitting planets against each other, or just a bunch of super powered beings just beating the crap out of each other with various martial arts and then shooting a laser beam off every once in a while. It expanded our imaginations, but it also let us know that we are capable of many things regardless where we came from, and he kind of showed us that. So wherever he is now, I hope he is enjoying his journey that he's on, because he certainly got us started on ours.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
His journey to the West is complete.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. He God damn it. Oh, I really didn't want this stream to end this way or get me to the point where I'm at right now, because fucking hell. But God damn it. All right. My final thoughts. Thank you to you, Mr. Toriyama, for what you have done in the ways of Eastern culture. You have brought that way to the West. You made reading and understanding anime and manga culture mainstream. I really do think that he was the person that spearheaded that operation. I remember the episode Dragon Ball Z when Goku threw the spirit bomb onto Frieza. I remember when Gohan full sent the one-headed father-son Kamehameha into Cell. I remember the episodes of Vegeta dancing like a prick because Beerus was around. I remember the episodes of Hercule, aka Mr. Satan, befriending Majin Buu and sacrificing himself against the two people that were wanting to shoot and kill Majin Buu. They shot B.
Yeah.
But Mr. Satan, aka Hercule, whichever one you want to fucking say, I really don't fucking care who. You get by her, oh, Mr. Satan, yeah, fuck you. Hercule, Mr. Satan, sacrificed himself. And to be honest, Hercule really was the hero in the Majin Buu saga. When you really think about it, he really was. Look at all the shit that he went through. Look at all the shit that he did. He turned Majin Buu good. But on that note, I'm going to try to fucking stop tearing up and whatnot. God damn it. I knew this stream was going to be hard at some point. Giggity. That's what she said. I just didn't want it to be getting that hard at the end.
Phrasing.
Yeah, man.
Phrasing.
Okay, I know that I haven't done this yet, but maybe you guys have done it already. How about we just raise a glass to Akira?
Here.
Sure.
Oh.
Hell yeah, man.
Alrighty. Here, let me
Whatever menagerie we got, drink.
Yep. I know none of the boys are on camera or anything like that. I'm not on camera. I'm on my laptop. I'm sitting on my bed, and that's how I did the stream. But to Mr. Toriyama, thank you for the 40 plus years of the content that you have done that has made an impact across the globe. I don't know where you are. I don't know where you will end up. But in the end, we all know we wish we could collect the Dragon Balls for you, good sir. Thank you for what you have done. And your impact will live on through all of us.
Yeah.
Oh, God damn it.
It's all right, man. You're only human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Anyways, I think we've all said our final words for the night. I believe we've all paid our respects to the man in question of the night. Again, the world was dark, but I don't fucking know what to say, man. So on that end, I don't know what to say, so I'm just gonna leave you with the Jimmy Waffles, and we're gonna call it a night. So,
Well,
Sounds like
there's
a plan.
one other way you could end it, man.
what's that? Oh, yep. That is true. That is true.
Mm-hmm.
So, but Dr. Slump to Sensei Akira Toriyama, to his family, to everyone that has had an impact because of one man's content across the globe. I feel your pain. I mourn with you. But we must never forget, he's not gone because he still lives on in his cartoons, in the animes, the video games, and the characters that he has created that has helped us all connect across the globe. So, on my final thought, Sensei Akira Toriyama, thank you for what you did and for what you contributed for everything in this world. And on that note, love you guys. Love you all. Love all you Dragon Ball fans. Love all you fans that Mr. Toriyama has put out. I hope you guys see this in the future. We'll catch you in the next one.
No, this is not. I got a story to tell about this guy named Jimmy. He living so well. From morning to night, his mind never shifts. He's a waffle king man, known for his gifts. Kick it, word. Jimmy's on the scene, flipping waffles with ease. Got the syrup flowing, bring the sweetness, no tease. He's the waffle legend, never skips a beat. Waffle loves his game, it's his signature treat. In the morning he wakes up, no time to waste. Head straight to the kitchen, no doubt, no haste. With a whisk, a mix, he's ready to create. Golden waffle singing, aroma so great. From the classic buttermilk to the chocolate chip. Jimmy's got the flavors, he never lets them slip. He's a waffle connoisseur, always experimenting, whipping up new toppings, culinary adventuring. In the world of pancakes, he's a rebel in town. Maple syrup cascading, toppings swirling around. Jimmy's got the magic touch, they line up for taste. The waffle master, no time to waste. Jimmy's fame spread like wildfire. Waffle lovers unite, their desires inspire. Owners of the joint, a waffle haven for all. People gathering around, they answer his call. Word. Jimmy's on the scene, flipping waffles with ease. Got the syrup flowing, bring the sweetness, no tease. He's the waffle legend, never skips a beat. Waffle loves his game, it's